Adolin!
What is it, my dear? My father says there's going to be a storm today.
Have you heard the news?
The news? Oh, Shalon, you know I can't read. I'm a good foreign boy. Ooh, a glyph. What does it mean?
That's the glyph for Startplaying.com. They're teaming up with Cosmere RPG to make diving into Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere worlds easier than ever.
Can I put my character in little outfits?
If that's what you want, we can find anything on Startplaying.com.
Well, this Start Playing sounds like a great deal. We better make sure we have enough Stormlight to run it.
Let's make sure we sign you up for a Start Playing account right away so that you can start looking for the perfect game master. One who likes running shopping episodes.
Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And the camera angle is awful, but we are live with the Nerdy, the Wordy, the Book Club.
Who said that? Do you want me to go adjust it?
Yeah, you gotta. Usually, you said it, and then I asked you to set it, and I messed up. This is all on me, chat. Nerdy has made a mistake again. There's also way too much over here.
Better?
Nope.
What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, it's just very crotchy. Whatever, we'll deal with it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Nerdy Wordy Book Club, where we are professionals who took 1 week off and now don't know how to do our jobs.
Okay. That's probably better, at least.
I hope so. Welcome to the final week of Rhythm of War before the final week of Rhythm of War, where we do the full book recap.
Right.
So we will get that questions tab in the Discord open so that you can ask all your favorite questions about the... Is there a buzzing sound? No. Is there a buzzing sound?
Is it,
I has a buzz.
Maybe
No.
just unplug the Zoom and plug it back in.
All right. This is going to take a second, chat, but we're going to...
It's okay. We'll redo the intro for the podcast. You guys are going to have to hear the ooh again. You know what I mean? It's fine. Sometimes the Zoom does...
Do we still have a buzz?
Do we still have a buzz? Is there a buzz in the room with us? We shall see.
The buzz is back.
All right. Well, I love that for us. Great. It's fine. It's only the finale.
Did that change anything?
It looks like it should be good. There's nothing on the microphone.
Okay, I think that it was an electrical issue.
Hell yeah, we fucking troubleshoot live and crush it. Let's go.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the final week of Rhythm of War.
Hello.
We're here.
We made it. You made it. We all made it. And we are back from... we're back from Calgary and Gen Con. Gen Con was very fun. Thank you to everyone who said hello. It means a lot.
Yeah. It was very kind to have so many people come up to us and interact with us in that space. Obviously, we are always surprised by it, which feels weird because we've had so many people come up to us, and yet it's just one of those things that I don't think I'll ever actually get used to.
Fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is such a unique experience.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
To have people be like, hey, like, your opinions piss me off, but I still watch them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they're here for the long haul. There was someone who was like, from the Wheel of Time days.
Yeah, all the way back.
Didn't finish the Wheel of Time, and we were like, oh, I get that.
Yeah, that one was wild. I used to listen to your book club, and then I got tired of the slog, so I stopped listening to your book club.
And I'm like, you know what? That is fair.
HP Boy 111, thank you for joining the Nerds Radiant.
Hell yeah. Welcome on in.
All right, everyone. Unfortunately, we have to restart the show. So
Yes.
this is the YouTube only portion. It's time to do the podcast.
Time to do the podcast.
Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Claru.
And this is the Nerdy.
The Wordy.
The Book Club. Welcome into Rhythm of War, Chapter 98.
Hell yeah.
To the end.
The finale, the epilogue.
Yeah, do you want any of the plot for Rhythm of War? It's in this section.
Yeah, if you want the plot for this book, you just flip through the whole thing until you hit section 5.
Yeah.
And then you're good. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
I mean, you can't skip the rest of the book because it is all set up, but...
But if you're looking for pure plot points,
Yeah.
that's where you need to go.
Yeah, this
what a
stream
Sanderlench.
is brought to us. We have a sponsor, everybody. A new sponsor.
What?
Never been sponsored by them before. Welcome to the days of us promoting StartPlaying.games.
Hell yeah.
Whether you are a professional GM looking to make some extra money running games online, or a player who cannot get a group together in person who wants to to have the option to choose your dungeon master. One of the things no one ever promotes enough about StartPlaying.games is that you get to like read reviews on DMs and find a DM that is your style, right?
Yeah.
Because not every dungeon master is for everyone.
Yeah,
I'm not a
absolutely.
good dungeon master for most people. And I mean all, I'm not a good dungeon master. But
You've DM'd for like 100 people at this point. I think
that
that's
doesn't mean I'm
unfair.
good at it.
But they keep coming back. So
That doesn't mean, yeah, because do you know how hard it is to find a dungeon master?
Oh my god.
It's the thing we all need. And with StartPlaying.games, you can have one. You just have to go sign up. They are an incredible website where you get to match with tables to play games digitally. And they have a bunch of other... We met with the founder over the weekend at Gen Con. Had a nice little dinner with him.
He's lovely.
Got to play Shadow Dark with him. Shadow Dark, very fun game.
Is great, yeah. But there is going to be... they are working with the Cosmere TTRPG. They're gonna have those games up there. So if you're like, I wanna play this game, and I have no one in my near vicinity to play it with, you can go to StartPlaying.games. You can find a dungeon master to run the Stormlight RPG for you.
Those games are live now. Like you can go play the Cosmere right now.
Yeah.
Which I would love to do, but yeah, that's our ad. StartPlaying.games. But there's no coupon code or anything. It's just they exist and they gave us money.
And we also like
Full
them.
disclosure.
That helps.
So the other thing I want to talk about, do we want to review the Cosmere TTRPG really quick?
Do you?
Do you want to know what I think, like really quick thoughts about it before we get into the book?
I feel like that should be a roleplay relay video, but...
I know, but like these are our Stormlight people, and should we give a tease?
Okay, yeah, let them know what you think.
Yeah? Everyone good with this? No spoilers?
Yeah,
I don't know how you can spoil mechanics.
Well, no, I mean the game is full of spoilers, but
I haven't seen any yet, but I have also not gotten into the Roshar World Guide yet. So...
You said the first sentence.
Sorry, I haven't seen any spoilers for me.
Oh, for you.
Yeah.
No.
The opening sentence of the rulebook spoils Oathbringer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can talk about this here. The opening line of the book is, I'm not going to say it verbatim because you all know me. The opening line of the book is, like the Spren and the Singers lived in harmony on Roshar until the humans came from another planet.
Yeah.
Is like the first line.
Yeah.
Jared
Bold.
says the World Guide has spoilers for Wind and Truth. Yeah, that's why I haven't opened the World Guide today.
Yeah.
So just quickly, my thoughts on the game system. It is very complicated. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think that it is good. I don't know yet because I haven't played it yet. But it is very complicated. It isn't quite Pathfinder 2e complicated.
Right.
But it is more complicated than D&D 5e.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it is a bad system for people who want to get into TTRPGs because they like Brandon Sanderson's books.
Yeah.
I also think it is a bad system for people who like TTRPGs but don't want to get into Brandon Sanderson's books. And so it is, I think, a very...
It's for a very specific
I think that if you are both
audience.
into Brandon Sanderson's books
Yeah.
and a experienced TTRPG person, I think it is a really interesting system that has so much for you to play with and so many different ways you can interact with this world.
Yeah. Or it could also be for people who love complicated TTRPGs. Like Pathfinder is like their favorite, you know, like they want they you know, they want all these rules and complexity. And I think that there are definitely gamers out there who enjoy like chewing on that.
I just think that I
But
think
it's a
that
lot.
if you want complexity but you don't care about Roshar at all,
Yeah.
the game sort of demands that you get heavily invested in how this world works.
Yeah.
And specifically the like plot points of the world up until Oathbringer.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's a really interesting I think it's going to be an interesting phenomenon to watch people try who aren't TTRPG people but love Sanderson try and parse through how to play this game.
Right.
And especially because when you level up, you can just level up into any level of anything, kind of. It's a wildly complicated... Like, building a beginner's guide to playing a certain type of character in this game is really complicated because you can kind of do whatever you want, right?
Yeah. I'm honestly really excited for all the videos that are going to come out of, like, optimizing the game, the characters, the builds, and that kind of thing, because I think there really is a lot to mess around with in,
100%.
in the book.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be really interesting to see. And yeah, I think that the game is a little more niche than like Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm sure that they anticipated that, and that's like the TTRPG.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, we just saw the movie, so
Yeah,
it's,
we
I
did.
don't know, channeling Jeremy Irons. But we got to have a sneak little peek at like the books and stuff. They were in a glass
beautiful.
case
Yeah.
at Gen Con. Everything looks incredible. It's very nice.
Yeah, and
so
I'm-
even if you're like, I don't play TTRPGs, I just want this on my shelf, that's valid reason.
And I want to be clear. I'm excited to run the game, and we're going to run the game. Like,
Oh,
we're going to make some
absolutely.
content out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to run the game with... Like, if you're the kind of person that I know doesn't read your own spells before a session, this game is not for you.
Yeah.
Because you can, because you're like, because of how you pull your abilities from different paths and things.
Yeah.
Like, players need to be on top of their shit in this game.
Yeah.
In a way that is going to work at some deals, it's not going to work at others.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
for
you're
sure.
a player who doesn't know your own shit, this game is going to be impossible for a game master to hold your hand through in the way where a game master can just tell a warlock to do Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
That's just not how this is going to work.
Yeah, if you guys want more Cosmere and TTRPG thoughts, those will go up on the Roleplay Relay.
Yeah. I'm going to do a more in-depth thing.
Yeah, we're going
For
to
sure.
look at the rules. We're also going to do at least a one-shot. You know, we're going to test it out. We're going to play around with it. Maybe we'll even do a stream and just like
Yeah.
chat it through with chat. So if you're not subbed already to the Roleplay Relay, make sure you're over there. We are going to do Stardew Valley Part 2 because we hit 5K subs.
Yes.
So there's more coming on that channel because we came back from Gen Con very inspired.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like I just said all the things it wasn't for. The Stormlight, it feels like it's for me. I want to be clear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really
You're
excited to
looking
play
at it from like a marketing perspective of like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and just a hype. The hype is such an interesting thing around a TTRPG like that because it's like, oh, it's Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
I've got to play his game, and like I think that like the Mistborn deck building game is built more for kind of people who are like, I want to play a Brandon Sanderson game, but the Cosmere TTRPG seems to be built for campaigns.
Yeah.
The way the ideals work in becoming a Radiant is well, I'll get into it in a future video.
Yeah.
Anyway. Officially same time as how is it compared to say White Wolf games like VTM or Exalted? Way more complicated.
More complicated.
I
I don't know Exalted, but Vampire the Masquerade, it's definitely more complicated.
Oh yeah, significantly more complicated.
Yeah.
Especially because like when you're playing a singer, you can change forms and they all have different abilities, and when you're playing as a human, you can go down like a warrior path for one level and then a scholar path the next level and then a thief path the next level. And then, so like you can really build these like multi-path people that can pull by level 6, you can pull from almost every class in the game.
Yeah.
And be a singer.
Yeah.
And so there's sort of a weird, like you can create the most Frankenstein-y characters who can do kind of a little bit of everything. But you're gonna have to know how to do like what that means.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really sick. People are gonna build insane combos.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to everybody enjoying the game, but it is definitely a more niche audience.
Can I say one thing that I do think is a little odd? That it goes into the TTRPG element of it, or the Cosmere, that not the TTRPG, to bring it back to the books.
Yeah.
There is an element of the book that is, in my opinion, a little bit too beholden to the lore of the books. And it's that you can level up infinitely, but you can't say the fifth ideal because the characters in the books haven't said the fifth ideal yet. And I think that's like a really, it's one of those things where it's like, well, we don't want you to get ahead of Brandon, but we're also putting out a book for you to play games in this world, but you can't actually, you also like can't be a bondsmith, which I think is just like an interesting choice to be like, well, no, you can't do that.
Well, people are going to homebrew that. Like, there's going to be room for
100%.
There's going to be wiggle room definitely in that. But yeah, that is very funny that they're like, we haven't gotten there yet. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah. I just find that interesting from a like perspective. Anyway, Rhythm of War, the end. It's good.
Hell yeah. It's banging. If you missed we reacted to the entire last section of the book, so I want to say a huge thank you to Code 76, Linus Victrim, also Arzu and James Ross, all of our mods who help like make this happen, put this together. It was very fun. I'm not gonna lie, reacting all the way through was actually very fun.
Yeah.
I got a little emotional. Like there were incredibly banger moments, and thank you to all of you for voting on the free reaction chapter. So
yeah,
I'm always like I'm so curious because that was voted for like at the very beginning of the book.
I mean, it makes sense that it's that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get it.
Taravangian becoming Odium.
Yeah.
I called it.
Yeah. Taravangian came a little early, but like you got it.
Yeah. It's so weird, right? Because there's times when I call things and then they happen and I'm like, oh, no, not like that. Because you would think that, like, if you watch the reaction, I'm not, like, stoked that I called it. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there like...
You're like, how the fuck is that supposed to work?
Oh, this is a weird time for this to take place.
I think your biggest criticism of this book is just timing. That you're like things happening when and the pacing of them is a little strange.
Yeah, I mean...
But I definitely did not think... I thought Taravangian would have, like, a little more strength of will. And he just gets fucking over... He gets overcome immediately. And
or he was just evil the whole time and, like, nothing he ever said was real.
I think that's less interesting. So I'm going to choose to believe that he was just a little too old and frail to stand up to the shard.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to believe until the book tells me otherwise.
I think it was Blue Sun in the Discord, commented about how they're like, this is 100% consistent with Taravangian's like characterization in the books. And I didn't reply because I read it right before we went live. Mm-hmm. But I was like, 100% consistent with what part of Taravangian's characterization? Because he's a different person every day.
Well,
what do you mean? There's no consistency in him as a character.
That is, and that's kind of what makes him interesting, right? Like this gift that Cultivation gave. Who Cultivation over here playing like 8D chess. Like I guess that's what happens when you're a fucking god. But like been planning this since the beginning. Like
yeah, but she also created a worse Odium.
Yeah. Oh no, she fucked up. She just doesn't know it yet. Also, I love that chat is very excited that they can now say Todium, which is very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that was a wild moment.
Yeah, it was.
And Nightblood was full for once in his life.
Mispronounced Name says he was ruthless and brutal the whole time. Remember the story of the pig herders? I remember the story of the pig herders. I don't think that it's absurd for Taravangian to decide to like go to war with someone. I don't really understand what Taravangian gets out of this war. And that's, I think, where one of my criticisms of this book has been, why are these things where they are? And one of the things in hindsight that is very odd to me is Taravangian POVs being the interludes, and then the most important part of Taravangian's plot point being in the main chapters and not being interludes, even though that plot starts in the interludes. And like just from a like book structure standpoint, I think that the way the Taravangian stuff is put into the book is very strange.
Yeah.
especially because it is arguably the most important thing that happens in the book. And so for it to be kind of stretched between sort of these like not main sections, I don't know what the interludes are anymore. In book 1 and 2, I really understood that they were like other information in the Cosmere, and I didn't like that as much because I was like, oh, I these need to be more relevant for me to give a shit.
Right.
And now that they're more relevant, but the structure of what the interludes are to this series of books has
I don't
flipped.
know why they're not just chapters sometimes.
Yes. And that's what's so odd about it, is that it's like, and now for an interlude, the Taravangian, the villain of the series now, who is sometimes a POV character, but sometimes an interlude character.
Yeah.
Like, I get why Chiri Chiri is an interlude.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not related.
Yeah.
But Taravangian is like the plot of the book.
Yeah.
And then the interlude leads straight into like the Dallinar Seth conversation in the not interlude part. I just think this book is so all over the place with how it's dispensing information.
Yeah.
In a way that I'm like, genuinely, it's hard to figure out what the thought process was behind the structural decisions in this book.
Yeah, in this book, I didn't think of the interludes as any different than just like chapters in the book.
Even though this book has, I think, some of Brandon's best writing. His most interesting writing, his most adult writing. I think it has his best prologue of the series. The Zeth one is great, and the action's great.
Best epilogue.
It definitely has the best epilogue, by far.
Yeah.
It maybe has the best last chapter, not the epilogue of any of the Stormlight.
Yeah.
It has some really incredible... The action isn't as good in this book, in my opinion, as previous books.
There's not like any like big crazy fights, except we get, obviously Kaladin and the Pursuer is fun and creative, but
but the problem is that it's the same fight 3 times.
Exactly, yeah.
And so
yeah.
The weird anticlimax of Rhythm of War is that, yes, Kaladin beats the Pursuer finally. It didn't feel that much different than their previous combats.
Oh, see, that's interesting, because I felt like the last one actually felt different. I like that the first few felt very similar. Kaladin is able to understand the Pursuer and how to trick him and undermine him. And this one, it felt... The reason that the last fight felt differently is because there was no sense of like self-preservation from Kaladin. So I thought it read differently, even though like thematically it was very similar.
I just mean, I think that like him breaking the Pursuer's spirit was different. Like the dialogue is different. But I'm talking about just the action element.
The Pursuer fights one way, so it doesn't make for varied and interesting combat throughout the book.
But in a series where the first 3 books have wildly different combats that are grand scale combats, smaller scale combats, this book has the Jasnah chapter, the Adolin on the fields fight. Those 2 are both interesting. The Jasnah one less so to me, but the Adolin one was really good. Mm-hmm. And then you have 3 Kaladin fights that from the like physical action of them are very identical fights, other than like the way he uses the gauntlet changes. And that's kind of it.
Yeah, for sure.
In a series where I have held the action element, and kind of the going down the stairs with the guy who died. That action seems great.
Fighting in the tower. Yeah. That feels so long ago, but yeah.
In the Stormlight Archive, I can usually point to the wide variety of action and the success of those action sequences across the book.
Yeah.
This one, less of that.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels like a lot of the action in this book happens off page, weirdly. Like there's a whole war that they win off page. That
it was easy.
Wild.
Barely an inconvenience. Judah, I want to say thank you. Welcome to the Nerds Radiant. Consistent as in equally chaotic as the Shard. For Taravangian, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I would say I wonder if Taravangian... So the one thing about Taravangian on like smart and stupid days is that on smart days, he is 100% confident in his decisions. And on stupid days, he defers to smart Taravangian. And he has like a weaker spirit of... Yeah, he has a weaker will. I wonder if Odium had... if he'd taken the Shard on a more intelligent day when he thought he was capable of making decisions, I wonder if that would have changed the effect that the Shard had on him.
I don't know. He's smart enough to, like, fool Wit. So I don't think that he is dumb Taravangian as Odium right now.
No, I don't think he is, but I think that maybe the moment that he became invested matters.
Maybe. I mean, I
it's just a
honestly
theory.
don't think we'll ever know. I don't think
Yeah.
that's something we'll get into.
Victor, thank you so much for that super chat. To explain why Todium now it's villain decay. Brandon said Odium lost too much to inspire dread. First in Oathbringer and now in Rhythm of War. Didn't want to do a Wheel of Time with the Dark One always losing. Okay, that's interesting. I mean,
I just think that that's tough for me because I understand the idea behind that, but at the same time, the villain of the first 4 books dies in this random chapter that no one even knows about, and now going into the 5th book, you have to spend time establishing why the conflict is between Taravangian and Dallinar now, while at the same time explaining why there's a conflict at all.
Because you can just say that like Odium has taken over Taravangian, which is what it felt like at the end of this book. Like the Shard is in control. Taravangian was not able to stand up to him.
That's just not what happened when Sazed took over Ruin and Preservation. And so it's interesting because
Sazed is a different person, right? And those powers are different.
But that's
they
where
do
it gets
say
really
that
like that. When
they say Odium is the most dangerous of all the shards.
Yeah, because of its desires and whatnot. But like, then why have the chapter?
And also, Sazed has 2. Remember, we talked about this in the reaction.
I totally understand that. But then why have the epigraph in this book where Sazed says, "At first you have more control, and then the shard takes." Like, if that's the story, if you want to say that it's different, why put an epigraph in this book that tells me how it works from the perspective of a god, right?
Because that is how it works.
But then Taravangian is more Taravangian now than he will ever be in the future.
Yeah, and it's not much. So there's no like it's only downhill from here.
Sure. I just the Taravangian that we've come to know in these books does care about Dallinar. Like or unless all of that is a lie, does care about
It's not a lie.
Unless
He's just
all
not
of that is a lie.
Taravangian anymore. Like I felt like the shift
we
in the
watched that happen with Sazed, and he was Sazed for those moments.
But
after.
then we watched this happen with Taravangian. We literally watched him be like succumb to the shard within the span of like a chapter. Like he stood
sure.
no chance.
Sure, but.
I actually find that it is going to be really interesting to reframe your main villain in the middle of a series. I don't know if I've read anything quite like that before, where they're like, the villain is like the same but different, and like the villain can now operate differently without like breaking character, right? There can be changes in their tactics and their plans with it making sense to who the shard is and also the character. Like there is more that Taravangian is able to add, right? Like he comments on where Odium went wrong and how, and he's able to see those things. And I also really like that Nightblood kind of came in clutch here. And that was Nightblood's moment.
I agree with that.
Right? I don't want Nightblood to be the key to the end of the Stormlight Archive, right? Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I liked
it's just
how,
too MacGuffin-y.
Yeah, I really liked how Nightblood was used.
No, I 100% agree with that. I think that the problem with the villain decay thing, to bring back to the super chat, is that now the villain is a different person. Whether you want to say Taravangian was always this person or not, the villain of this series is a different person than it was in this book, and our main characters had nothing to do with it, right? You have just had them go on this 4-book adventure to learn all of these things about Odium, to set up this conflict with Odium, to make this deal with Odium, and before any of our main characters interact with that character doesn't exist anymore. Whether Taravangian was always bad or not kind of doesn't matter. It is still a different person, right? If I hate always going to Harry Potter, but like if in book 7, if at the end of book 6, Harry learned about the Horcruxes, and then we cut to Voldemort, and he's sitting in his manor, and Grindelwald walked in and killed him, and was like, "I'm the Voldemort now." Regardless of the fact that they're both evil, the book 7 is now about fighting Grindelwald. It isn't actually about fighting Voldemort.
Yeah,
which
I
is
don't
what
think that matters.
But you've established the conflict between them.
Yeah,
And
so?
there's no conflict, but there's no established conflict between our characters and this odium now.
It's like
So
if
you
Grindelwald stepped in and was like, I can do your plans but better. And you're like, okay,
it would be
it's still the same
super
villain.
anticlimactic.
I don't think it is.
It would be wildly anticlimactic for it not to be the person who killed Harry's mom, right? Like, for it to not be.
But it kind of still is.
No, it isn't.
It is the
It
shard.
is a fundamentally different person.
The person is different, but the shard is the same. And we know that the shard overtakes the person. And so therefore it is the same.
Over time, sure.
I thought we just said that we saw Taravangian like succumb to it.
You said that. I don't.
And you were like, yeah.
It happens. I'm not saying that I like the way that the book handles it.
Okay.
I think that in establishing a conflict between characters, to tell me that Taravangian beat Odium off page. For our main characters, sorry.
We watched it.
For the Taravangian, an interlude character, beat the bad guy that you've set us 4 books setting us up a conflict with. And now I have this relationship with Taravangian that is different than my relationship as the reader with Odium. You now have to sell me on this conflict again. You have to start...
To me, it's not that Taravangian defeated Odium. It feels...
What?
He
fucking did.
No,
he defeated Odium. Let's not fucking pull that
I'm
back.
saying it feels like he did not defeat Odium, that he literally stepped into the role of Odium. He
by defeating him.
Yes, I'm saying it doesn't feel like a defeat.
He sucked his fucking body out of him.
He
with a
defeated
sword.
Reyes. He defeated Reyes. But now Odium has his body. He didn't defeat Odium.
That's like saying I'm the king of Britain now because I stabbed King Charles, but I didn't defeat him. I just killed him with a sword.
No, he killed Reyes. Odium
with
still
a
exists.
sword.
Yeah, Odium still exists.
If that isn't a defeat, I don't know what is.
I don't think the instrument matters. He
but I'm
killed
saying-
the person holding the shard. The shard is alive and well and very much in control of Taravangian.
But the shard doesn't have plans. Reyes had plans.
No,
the shard has desires.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Let's get into these. Kano, thank you for that super chat. Post call, I'm going to sleep. I look forward to catch up later. Really enjoyed the part 5 reactions this week. Thanks, Code 76 Lions Spectrum. Yeah,
thank you so
Code 76 Lions
much.
Spectrum, you are the best.
Yeah, thank you. Those chapter reactions are very fun. There's a lot of like short ones, but it's worth it for sure.
Chris Hazelden, thank you for that super chat. Love it, but feels a little M. Night Shyamalan. I agree with that. It feels like a twist for the sake of having a twist.
But I like his movies. Like, I enjoy those twists.
How many M. Night Shyamalan movies have you seen?
Like 2?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, I like it.
I think that M. Night Shyamalan is as consistent at making bad movies as he is at making good movies. They all have twists. Here's what I will say about M. Night Shyamalan. I have never thought any of his movies were mid. He either makes some of my favorite movies.
Sure.
Right? I think that Unbreakable is a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
The DID elements of Split and Glass are questionable, but those movies are still very well made. Even if they're a little hinky. Avatar, The Last Airbender, is maybe the worst movie ever made. So, like, you know, he really is both sides of the spectrum.
Sure. Yeah.
We should start going chapter by chapter, or else we're never going to go chapter by chapter.
Judah Canzarius, thank you for that super chat. Says his letter also did stress that it wasn't the vessel Wit needed to be worried about. He said the shard's power and intent was far more dangerous. That is also true. Yes.
Oh, 100%. I look, I do agree with that. My point isn't that Taravangian can't be the bad guy in book 5. Mm-hmm. He can. I just feel like because it's Taravangian, what he's going to be the bad guy at is so fundamentally different from the Odium we've seen up until now that it just is not the same conflict. And for me, it feels like in order to have this twist, you've deflated the conflict between everyone and Odium that I wanted to see resolved.
Right.
And I'm never going to see resolved because it just isn't going to happen.
And see, I feel like...
Defeating Taravangian is, to me, just a different problem.
Sure,
and so you've just gone boop.
Yeah. I think, honestly, to me, it raises the stakes of it because Taravangian is actually somebody that they knew. So once they find out, and it's Taravangian overtook Odium and is now someone that they knew who was an ally at one point and who was like a complicated figure in their lives, that like they agreed but they also disagreed and believed fundamentally in different values and methods for resolution. I think to me that makes me more excited for the conflict between them because it matters. There's an extra layer there now because they knew Taravangian as a person.
But if the shard is just it's tough. I think we're just going to be on two different sides of this.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
I just see it as a fundamentally different fight now. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Wind and Truth might be awesome, but Wind and Truth might also fall on its face on having to spend in the span of only 10 days. Tell me why this is a more interesting conflict than what we had before. And
wait,
it's going to have to do that work.
it takes place over 10 days?
I'm assuming that the Contest of Champions is the end of the book. Yeah.
No, we said what if it happens right at the very beginning? Like,
I don't think it can now, because Dallinar is like, we have to fight. We have 10 days. I'm 99% sure the next book is 10 days.
I don't know about that. Umang, welcome to the Nerds Radiant. Happy to have you here. As well, Catharak, welcome for a second month to the Nerds Radiant. I think it's the best villain arc in fantasy. All right. That's some high praise. Okay.
Interesting.
That's fun. I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't think that we obviously we don't have all the information at the end of this book. There's going to be plenty that we learn when we come back.
Mispronounced name in the chat says, why don't you think this is a good thing for Roshar? Taravangian can throw the Contest of Champions and everyone can chill for 1,000 years? Because that would be incredibly boring, and if that's what happens in the next book, I will hate it. If you spend 4 books building to this point and Taravangian lets them win on a technicality, then I will...
Look, that would be great for Roshar, but it wouldn't be great narratively for readers who are enjoying a story.
Look, if these books were like 250 pages, they were quick reads and it built up to this sort of anticlimax to sort of be a commentary on fantasy fiction, I would maybe be into it.
It would be like Breaking Dawn.
This series is over 6,000 pages. If you tell me that this book series ends on a fucking like, well, Taravangian became Odium in book 4 and he threw the contest, so everyone wins, I will lose my mind on camera.
Yeah.
I will actively, if there is a chapter in the next book where that happens, fucking queue up that commission, Code 76. If you want to see me go ape shit on camera, queue up the chapter where Taravangian is just like, I put a chull. Dallinar, can you fight a chull?
What? Oh.
If he chooses, like, if he wants to throw, he just makes, like, a chull, his, like, fucking... It's just a chull and Dallinar on top of the fucking Urathiru.
Just, like, kicks it off a cliff.
He just, like, boops it once, win.
Oh, my God. I can't wait for that.
Joshua says it's like blowing up a huge balloon waiting for it to pop, and it just kind of gets a little hole and deflates. That's what it feels like to me. And I know that that's not what it feels like to everyone, because this is a very subjective experience of this, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think that the Taravangian becoming Odium thing is a bad choice. It's just that my feeling of the choice is that the conflict that I was genuinely excited for doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And that doesn't make the choice bad or wrong. That's just my feeling. Sorry, my feeling of it is like, oh, I was excited for them to beat Reyes.
Okay, hear me out.
You know what I mean? Like, you got me invested in that.
Yeah. Hear me out. Book 5, Taravangian secedes, is like, you win Dallinar. And instead of being like a combative, like, action fantasy book, the book finally addresses the racism issue, the listeners, the singers, and the humans all living together, what that means for the Spren. Are the Sen sprentient? Sentient?
Sprentient! Wait, no, sprentient has to be a thing. Wait, sprentient is so good. Are the Spren sprentient?
Whoops. That was, yeah. You know what? Happy accidents. Still not, I keep hitting my mic. I'm so sorry, guys. Still not as good as Cuckless, but
Cuckless is pretty
fine.
good.
I have peaked in my life, and I will never make a better pun.
No, naming things, it seems... I can brand things. You can name objects.
Sure, I guess. Really good at fantasynamegenerator.com. I'm like, what if, like, genuinely, like, what if this series ends up being about the things that you wanted addressed in the beginning? Like, would that shift in the series be strange because it feels like such a divergence from what it was before? Or would you be like, no, this is what I wanted all along?
I don't trust Brandon Sanderson to write that narrative in a way that is particularly interesting.
Okay. I had a weird dream about Brandon Sanderson last night.
Ooh, okay.
I know, it was very strange. I was like...
Is our marriage in trouble?
No, I was in his class.
Okay.
And I, like, failed a test. And he made fun of me for it.
I need you to put my grade up, Brandy.
No, absolutely not. No, I, like, failed a test, and he made fun of me for it. And I lectured him on bullying, and then we went for coffee. Like, legitimately, I was like...
What the fuck?
I was like, that's not very nice. And then we hung out, and it was great.
That's insane.
It was very strange.
I wish I dreamed. I feel like I'm missing out on so many odd experiences.
I don't know.
No, okay. But anyway, we do need to move on. All of this to say, what I actually feel about the end of the book is it's very good. Like, I think the end of Rhythm of War is pretty bad.
Is it now?
I do. I think the end of the... Look, I might not like the feeling I had when Odium became Taravangian.
Sure.
I still think it's really well written.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, my subjective feeling about it is, I think on an objective level, it is an incredible chapter. Yeah. That's really well done. It's just not giving me what I want. And, like, that's an audience expectation thing that isn't his job, right? Like, Brandon Sanderson's job is to write a cool story that
He's telling his story.
Hit people differently. We have 100 people here who want to chat about our feelings about this book because I think Brandon Sanderson is very successful at getting people invested. I'm invested.
Invested.
If I didn't give a shit about the conflict with Odium, I wouldn't care about the... I'm not gonna... We've already done that joke twice on this show today. If I didn't give a shit, then I wouldn't have felt anything at this moment. Because I'd have been like, okay, that's the next thing that happens.
Sure.
It's because I felt really invested in the conflict with Odium that I kind of went like, oh, but I wanted them to win. Right. I wanted to see how they beat this character. Right. And now they have to go beat somebody else. Yeah. And so that is my subjective feeling about something that I also think is very good. I think the end of this book is very strong. Mm-hmm. I think it has the best flashback of the book. The only one that really matters. I think it has... Yeah. God damn. Clar's cried. I think that...
I wept.
Kaladin saying his fourth ideal is really great. Yeah. I think the Raboniel Navani stuff with Moash is really good.
Everything with Raboniel is banging.
Oh, yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Navani. I'm like, she might be one of my favorite fantasy characters of all time ever.
Embryce has a thing here. It says, I don't have a problem with it as a plot point. I'm just having difficulty seeing how it's going to work. I agree with that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Toadium. I was like, Frogium?
No, what Toadium.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll be honest, the end of this book got me excited for book 5. And I'm very much looking forward to reading it, even though we're not reading it next.
We can, technically.
That's true, we could. The problem is, okay, so next week we're doing full book recap, right? Then we are a week off. And then the following week after that, it's my birthday book club. Yeah. And so I'm like, I think we're starting...
Technically, I think we're starting the Lost Metal.
Yeah. Unless there's like a one-off for my birthday that makes more sense, but I don't care.
I mean, people want us to do Dungeon Crawler Carl. Guys, when we cover Dungeon Crawler Carl on book club, be prepared for me to have the worst dyslexia of my life.
You saw a banner at Gen Con and you were like, DCC Dungeon Crawler Carl has a presence at Gen Con?
So there is a thing in the TTRPG community called Dungeon Crawl Classics.
Yeah.
But it's DCC and they had this giant banner and I was like, Dungeon Crawler Carl already has a fucking TTRPG?
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was great. Yeah.
Chapters.
We're going to get through chapters. Make sure you think of your questions. We're probably not going to be answering too many in chat because we do have to... What? Your iPad is behind... Oh, you moved it. I thought it was behind the curtain.
I think you moved it when you... No. How did it get over there?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Because you had to fix... Never mind. Yeah. Remember your questions for when the questions channel is open in the Discord. We will get on that as soon as the show is over.
Unless a mod wants to just do it now.
Yeah, so that'll be for next week, full book recap. But for now...
Yeah, we got to get into this. It's already 11:47.
We are part 5.
Oh, no.
Knowing a home of songs called Our Burden. I'm not going to lie, did not understand that as a part 5 sentence, but sure. Chapter 98, An Unwholesome Shade.
My iPad is going to die.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We get fun little epigraphs here from L.
Fun?
Yeah.
The weakest parts of the end of this book to me are the epigraphs.
I like that. They were just kind of there to be there, it felt like, which was fine. But L is
also the first of the last 10 days. The next book is 10 days. Is it 10 days with interludes between each day? Do you think?
Like 10 parts?
Yeah.
It depends how much shit can happen in a day.
Like day 1.
Like Roshar is spread out enough that that's...
Yeah, Dallinar was like, he's going to try and move the front lines of the battle in the next 10 days. And I was like,
and I'm like,
how far?
10 days. 10 days is not a lot of time in terms of war.
Yeah. But Dallinar was he's like, they might take one more town.
Yeah, which is fine. This one is Dallinar's POV. They're on the Imuli battlefield.
They won. War over.
Pretty much.
War is over.
This is where we find out that Dallinar has been grooming the mink to have him take over his position. What
we use grooming so much now that when you use it the right way,
I know it sounds weird.
Makes me giggle.
You're welcome.
He's grooming this 50-year-old man.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They reaffirm that Herdaz is going to be freed after Alethkar.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of they won.
It. They show what's his face. Ishi. Great Wheel of Time reference.
Yeah. Fucking Ishamael's back.
Yeah. Guess who's back? They show a light weaving of Ishi, who's waiting for Dallinar to come and see them. And he's like, all right, bet. Chapter 99, Not Bound. This is Jasnah post-coitus with Wit, probably. What?
I love that Jasnah's in this book to go to war once, to be told she can't end slavery, and then I think she does maybe do it.
Oh, she's doing it anyways.
Maybe. We'll see. And to fuck Wit.
Yeah.
If you
what does that say about Brandon Sanderson if Wit is his insert character?
And he's fucking the asexual.
He's I really like hot autistic asexual women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fair. With big titties.
With big titties.
Big old
anime
milkers.
titties.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon Sanderson liked big old anime titties.
I mean, everyone's got a type. You know what I mean?
Just look at him. You know what I mean?
He looks like a weeb? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
He looks like my people.
I don't look like a weeb, but I enjoy some mommy milkers, you know?
You look like a weeb.
Okay. Sure.
You've cosplayed enough anime girls at this point.
Sure.
You posted a TikTok yesterday where you were bouncing in a Nami bra being like, what episode of One Piece are my tits?
Well, because I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Because you like big ol' anime titties.
I was like, bonus points if you can name the scene of the episode. Because they change so much. Haha, it's funny, chat. Okay. Anyways, Jasnah and Wit are just hanging out. Yeah. She's worried that Odium can see the future. Obviously, that's a tough thing to have to deal with when your enemy is kind of omnipresent, but like not. I guess you just have to keep Renarin with you at all times.
I don't know, man. Renarin at this point is fully just a like MacGuffin. He is so not a character in this book.
He's not a character in this book, which I think is really unfortunate because I do really like him. I also wonder if it's a corrupted Spren thing or a Renarin thing. Like if there's a bunch of corrupted Spren that then bond people, are there just going to be huge gaping holes in Todium's view of the world?
Yeah, no, I think it's specifically corrupted future scene Spren.
Okay.
The Truth Watcher Spren. I don't think it's all Spren. I think it is only those Spren because their abilities are related to being able to see into the future.
Okay.
So if Ja and Not were to keep corrupting those Spren.
Okay, yeah.
Then those Radiants would all be outside. It's not just Renarin specifically.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say, like, as much as I think that the Earthiru stuff in this book is interesting and it's a good A plot, I do think that Brandon Sanderson left a little bit too much out of the other plots, particularly with Renarin, with Jasnah. This book could have used way more Jasnah or less. You just need to give me more or less of her. But the amount she's in this book isn't an arc. It is just snapshots of very disparate things that are happening in her life that are seemingly random.
Yeah.
I could have definitely used more of them. Aelin and Shallan's plotline, I think, got enough. I would have had them more in the climax of the book.
They solved their stuff in part 4, so it's like, okay.
But they didn't. That their stuff ended in part 4, but they didn't actually get to like the conclusion of what it. Part 5 could have had some element of what's going on with the honor spren and like what the plan is moving forward.
That's fair. I did enjoy that we at least got resolution with like Mraize and the Ghost Bloods, but that I feel like matters less to the actual plot of this book than the honor spren being willing to bond.
100%. I just the big reveal of part 5 for Shallan being that there's technology from Elantris here. I was like, oh, this means nothing to a ton of people. You have just been like, it's a Scion, and there's a bunch of people being like,
the fuck is a Scion?
Okay, I guess that's a thing. Like,
yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? Like,
Adam loves Elantris. We were talking about it.
Oh, Blackwater Adam?
Yeah. And I was like, honestly, like, I see it. So you're talking about Stormlight stuff. And I had to walk away from the conversation for a minute because him and someone else were like book 5 things because we were talking about the TTRPG and things like that. But yeah, a lot of our friends, a lot more of our friends into the Cosmere than I realized, which was nice.
Well, and we'll talk about that later.
Sure.
No, but yeah,
okay.
We'll get to the Shallan thing. Let's get to the Shallan thing when we get to the Shallan thing instead of talking about it now.
Yeah, so this...
But anyway, I wanted more Renarin out of this book. He kind of feels like
he's
they
not
talked about him a lot because he's useful, but not because he's a person.
He's not present.
And that was unfortunate to me.
Wit has been working on the agreement for Dallinar to bring to Odium about the Contest of Champions.
Yeah, Wit is like, hey, look, I kind of need you guys to have a contract that benefits the Cosmere more than it benefits Roshar.
Yeah.
So...
And Yasmin's like, I understand that on a logical level, but also I don't trust you.
But also,
and I'm like, fair.
I don't want to have sex with you, but let's go have sex.
She's like, it's fine. It's not bad.
And I'm just joking about that. Look, being ace and having sex with your partner is totally a 100% normal way to live your life. And I support those relationships.
It's very widespread.
1,000%. I am in no way trying to make light of the ace like personality. Or personality is probably the wrong word. I just find the Wit being like 1 billion years old and like
the age gap girlies are eating good.
Wanting like, I don't know. I think that I couldn't have sex with an ace person. Like I couldn't be in that relationship because for me, so much of my enjoyment of sex is being wanted.
Yeah, that the other person is also
it's the same reason why like I support prostitution 100%. It just isn't for me.
Yeah,
because I want that person to want me. I couldn't be a client. It's just how my enjoyment of it works, right?
Yeah.
But like Wit's just like Wit needs to get off, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wit's still kind of human, but immortal.
I love like genuine ace representation though.
Oh,
like
yeah.
real, like her being like, I don't care, but I will do it because he wants to, is a very real experience that people have
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
wonderful relationships that are so filled with so many other things for the ace person.
Yeah.
And like this was a more genuine version of ace representation that isn't just people reading into a character not having relationships in media.
Yeah. Or like being like, like she's not like disgusted by it. Like
No,
it's
not at all. No, it's not a hardship.
It's not a negative.
Yeah.
It's just not a impulse that she has.
Which is very real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
for sure.
I actually like Brandon Sanderson's representation is a little bit all over the place, particularly in Elantris. But
It's fine. He's learned.
I thought he crushed this moment.
Yeah.
Even if I don't know how I feel about the age gap thing.
Yeah, whatever. Jasnah's like 35. I feel like once your brain is fully developed, it's whatever.
I know, but he's like a billion and also like is maybe manipulating her. Like, I don't trust that Wit has her best interest at heart.
Fair. I mean, not everyone you sleep with is going to have your best interest at heart. And
You know what?
that is, yeah.
You're not wrong.
Chapter 100.
Yeah.
Watchers at the Rim. This is Kaladin tied his own hands together because he sometimes violently wakes from his nightmares. And
I
attacks
really
people.
thought those were going to play a bigger part in the finale of this book.
Nah.
Maybe they do moving forward, but the whole like Odium's putting Moash and Kaladin's dreams thing, other than the Wit like dream moment, I really don't know why that was in the book at all.
It wasn't like plot. It was more like a Brandon Sanderson message to his audience. You know what I mean? Like finding something meaningful to say within the structure of the book.
Sure, my experience with depression is that when I am suffering from that and when I'm struggling with it, I actually don't need a magical force to make my thoughts worse for them to be bad. And so I just...
Wait, what?
All of the dreams Kaladin has could have just happened naturally. Like the fact that they're magical doesn't seem to make them have any more or less of an effect on him or impact the book in any way other than to have those scenes happen. Like there isn't a, like magical dreams in other media like leave physical marks and things like that on people when they wake up or some element of that. Whereas like Kaladin just has like totally normal nightmares about losing people, which is his greatest fear. So that they're just sort of like what his nightmares would be. It doesn't feel like
just to make us hate Moash more, honestly.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like Moash elevates them in any way. It just feels like he has kind of totally normal nightmares, and then when he wakes up, he's mostly okay until Teft dies. Like his depression never stops him from fighting the Pursuer. He gets to the end of all of those fights and manages to like get away.
You keep saying that, and the book keeps telling us how fucking tired Kaladin is and how it is such a struggle to get up and do the right thing every day.
But that could be true regardless of the nightmares or not. The tower's been invaded. He's constantly on the run. Like
I just don't
didn't
think
feel
that
like this...
Kaladin is unaffected.
When Odium was like, we need to give him magically evil nightmares, I expected them to just have more of an effect on the book than it feels like they had.
And I genuinely think that it is to make the audience like hate Moash more and bring Moash into the finale. Like I really think that the dreams are about Moash more than they are about Kaladin. After having finished the book.
Then I would have loved to have a confrontation or something where Moash has to acknowledge them in some way, or even if, you know what would have made them work for me? 100%. Moash gets his feelings for a moment.
Yeah.
And instead of him thinking about the people he's killed, in that moment, have him feel genuine regret about the dreams he's shown Kaladin. Just acknowledge them. Like in all of the Moash stuff in part 5, even Moash doesn't acknowledge that he's been magically invading Kaladin's dreams.
Yeah, he
it just never
acknowledges Teft.
comes
but,
up.
Yeah.
Right, but then why? But then, like, we get scenes with Moash. We get scenes where Moash is, like, having regrets and feeling things for the first time. And the thing that he was doing the whole book doesn't come up in those moments.
Okay, yeah, fair.
That would have, like, tied them into the plot somehow.
Yeah.
But they just don't. Like, they're just weirdly present in the book.
Yeah.
And they're well-written scenes. They just don't do anything, really.
Sure, yeah.
If Kaladin had all those nightmares, if you just took out the Odium Moash scene where they talk about it, and Kaladin had those same nightmares, I wouldn't have read the book being like, Kaladin's having magic nightmares. I would have read each of those scenes and been like, oh, he's depressed and having nightmares. That makes sense.
Right.
The Moash and Odium element of it just doesn't... The fact that they're from Moash and Odium doesn't really seem to matter at all to the dreams, the nightmares, or the book in any way outside of...
Right.
That we're told that happens.
I honestly think that even if you had done it that way, you still could have had the moment on Braze and have it that Kaladin is so close to death that, like, Odium was kind of able to take over his mind and bring in there and, like, torture him. Like you could still have the dreams just be dreams, but also still have that moment with Wit coming in to help Kaladin push through nearly dying, right? Like his body being so broken.
You could even have that scene with Wit and it not be related to Odium at all. It could just be that Wit shows up because his nightmares are so bad that they're literally sending out, like, a pulse of, like, something into the spiritual realm. And Wit is like, hey, like, are you okay? Right? Yeah. Like, I can feel you in the spiritual realm not okay. And I cannot give you a reprieve completely, but I can give you 20 minutes away from your nightmares. Mm-hmm. I honestly would have liked that more.
Yeah. Okay.
If it was just Wit showing up in his dreams and not on another planet in a magical Odium moment that Wit is being cryptic about how much he can interfere with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found it very strange that it never came up in part 5 that there were magical dreams happening the whole book.
Yeah, that's fair.
And also the person giving those magical dreams doesn't exist anymore. So, like, I don't even know. I don't know. It's a weird element of this book that I don't know why. I just don't know what the point of them was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. The sibling's final node has been found. So the sibling is like, send me Rlain. I need Rlain. And that's it. They're like, it's probably going to be a trap.
Is that the whole chapter? I mean, it kind of is.
It's them talking about it. Yeah, they're like, it's going to be a trap. Here's the plan. Yeah,
they found the node.
They found the node. They're going to try...
in the infirmary where the Radiants are.
Yeah, so they're going to try and save as many Radiants as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 101, Undertext. This is where Dallinar learns that the women have been making fun of the men for centuries in their own writings by adding undertext to their books.
I don't think making fun of. I think
sometimes.
Contextualizing.
Sometimes.
I'm trying to give the women the benefit of the doubt here. That they weren't just, like, mocking their husbands constantly.
Sometimes.
Yeah. My favorite genre of TikTok is men finding their wives' TikToks and finding out that their wives think that their husbands aren't on TikTok and they just talk shit about their own husbands on TikTok. And it's always a man my favorite TikToks are a man stitching his own wife, making fun of him, letting the internet know that he's leaving his wife.
Oh my God.
I think that is my favorite thing. The audacity to be like, I'm going to post this publicly and just assume he'll never see it is so wild to me.
It is baffling how many people do not understand how to communicate.
Yeah.
Especially with people that they say that they love. I did not know that was a genre of TikTok, but I am also not surprised. Anyways, yeah, Dallinar and Jasnah watch Yanagan eat.
Yeah. This child will now consume pineapple.
Yeah. And then if you watch him, you get some food. So lucky you.
It is sort of a beautiful tradition. Like, I don't actually have a problem with it.
It's just dinner theater.
It's just like, because here's the thing. It isn't a child, right? It is it is the leader.
The seat of the.
It just happens to be. It's just weirder right now because it's a child.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
If it was like
He
a
seems
40-year-old
great,
man, like it would be less funny to me. It is just so funny that it is this kid who like was a thief that just is their leader because a magic woman brought him back to life.
Yeah.
Like
so all the leaders sit down, have a meeting about what to do next. Dallinar is like, I need to go talk to Ishi. These powers are important. So I'm gonna go do that. And Jasnah's like, hey, wait, before you go, Dallinar is like, hey, I wrote another book.
No, we have to talk about the meeting first, because the meeting is important. Because the meeting is Jasnah being like, hey, we cannot take Urithiru.
Oh.
And Yanagon's like, wait, what? Dallinar's like, you wanna give us a second go at that? And Jasnah's like, yeah, right. No, that was harsh. We definitely cannot retake Urithiru.
Like, I'm just being logical.
Donald's
over
like,
here.
even Yanagon's like, if we don't have Urithiru, I think we might be fucked. And Yassa's like, no, I hear you.
Yeah, 100%.
I hear you, but like, we definitely cannot retake Urithiru.
Guys, we are so fucked.
And Yanagon and Daryl are just sitting there like, shit. And I love, before they get into the book part, when they walk out, Yassa's like, did I go too hard trying to be like a military mind? And Dalinar's like, no, you're right. Fuck.
You're right. You're just very blunt.
You're just
tact
blunt.
is not Jasnah's forte.
You're right. But it's good for Dallinar, because Dallinar isn't blunt. Dallinar, despite being a blunt instrument, is actually very he's a very optimistic character, which I find so fascinating because of how dark his history is.
Yeah.
Dallinar very much believes in like being able to accomplish anything, and that he can put together the team to do it, and that the like insurmountable odds he will surmount. And it's just really fascinating that he is sort of this like grizzled and like cantankerous man who's very quiet and stern. But if you're like, hey, we need to take that hill, Dalinar's like, yeah, I can do it.
I got this.
Yeah. And historically has done it.
Yeah.
So his optimism is not completely unfounded, but he does need Jasnah to be blunt about the fact that this one ain't happening, boss.
Yeah.
Unless, his wife becomes a bondsman.
Well, there's that. But that's also part of the reason why he's like, I need to go see Ishi. If there's anyone that can teach me how to learn my powers, that's the only possible way that we might be able to take Urithiru. Because the Stormfather thinks that there might be a way to still open a perpendicular... the Stormfather said something. There was a reason that they thought that they might be able to learn something to take back the tower. Which
I definitely thought they were... I'm not going to lie, chat. When we came back to part 5... and it wasn't like Dallinar had figured out a way to go help the tower, I was shocked. I was like, is Dallinar just not going to do...
Not as shocked as I was when we got to that chapter.
Anything in part 5? And I was like, oh, yeah, Dallinar's not really... Like, this isn't really a Sanderlanche in an interesting way. In that it isn't a bunch of plot lines coming together. Everything ends at the same time. Well, right. But even the Shallan Aelin stuff's already over. Like, the interesting thing about this Sanderlanche is that unlike previous books and the expectation of the Sanderlanche, which is that all of these plot lines tumble into one another, like Dallinar and Kaladin's plot lines finally collapse into each other in Way of Kings. Words of Radiance, obviously everything happens on the Shattered Plains at the same time. Oathbringer, everyone makes it to the fucking Thalen coast at the same time.
Right.
This book, they just sort of naturally end their own plot lines in their own locations. Everyone sort of stays where they are, and they end their plots there.
Okay, yeah.
And then obviously at the very end, in the resolution, they come together after the tower is saved, after Teravangian has become Odium and Zeth. But like even like Zeth is staying at the camp where Teravangian is. Like all of these plot lines don't coalesce the same way they usually do in Brandon Sanderson's books. And I found that really interesting because I had that expectation.
Yeah.
And so when Kaladin and Navani just sort of saved the tower themselves, I was surprised by that. I was like, oh, I thought people would show up because that's what these books are. And when that didn't happen, I was like, oh, this isn't really a Sanderlanche.
When it wasn't really Die Hard.
Like
that commenter said.
I mean, you haven't seen Die Hard, so I don't know how you can say that.
Because you said it was like, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
But it is kind of Die Hard, because it is kind of just Kaladin crawling around the tower. I thought he was going to spend way more time in the ventilation shafts, like Die Hard, but it is that he kind of does it all himself. Like, Teft doesn't really fight anybody. He just kind of gets fucking wiped by Moash.
Navani seems to be a pretty integral part of that, but yeah.
Right, and that element is not. There is no science in Die Hard.
Great.
There is very little science in Die
Is
Hard.
that what we should react to for my birthday?
No, for Christmas.
Great. Love that.
Yeah, we'll put up a Die Hard reaction in around Christmas.
Oh, maybe this month it should be movies that I haven't seen but you have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Because there's probably some, like, bangers out there
Yeah.
that you've definitely seen that I'm like, I don't know, I haven't seen it, so.
I'll put that together.
Well, yeah, we'll ask the Discord, like,
Right.
well, yeah. Drop your recommendations in the recommendations Discord channel.
But yeah, as much as, like, almost everything happens at the end of this book, I actually would not call this a Sanderlanche.
Okay, fair.
Because to me, the Sanderlanche is, there's like 3 piles of snow, and as they come down the mountain, they mix with one another. It was the thing that I thought was weak about Way of King's Sanderlanche, is how little the Shallan stuff mattered to the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
But this one just isn't one. Everyone does their own thing. They finish their own plots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Dallinar gives his book Oathbringer to Jasnah for her to do the undertext on it, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna be a bitch about it. Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yep."
Yeah, I'm dead in 10 days. I won't see it.
He's like, "That's why I want it to be."
She's like, "This is gonna take years." Dallinar was like, "Girl, I got a week and a half."
You take all the time you want. It's yours now. You do your thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, honestly, it was great.
No, it's a beautiful moment. I really,
especially for what it means for them.
yeah.
That, like, trust. She was like, don't you want Navani to do it? And he's like, no, I want you.
I will say this, as beautiful as this moment is, I wish it had been anywhere else in this book. Coming out of the sibling being like, they found the node, it's go time, and the next chapter is, we're going to watch a kid eat, and then we're going to have this really beautiful father or uncle niece moment.
Right.
I genuinely was like, this pacing wise, what the fuck are we doing? Like, legitimately. You just told me that it is fucking go time in the tower, and now I'm watching a child eat. Like, yeah, I understand the end of this book is paced the way that it is, and there's a lot that happens that is very cool, but the momentum of the end of this book sucks to me. I genuinely, like, my biggest criticism of part 5 is to go from full action and, like, the most important thing in the world to literal watching a child eat into a meeting about how we're just not gonna. I thought it was rough. Unfortunately, I did think it was rough.
All right, that's fair. Chapter 102, High Storm Coming. We have Venli. They're in line for the Oathgate. But Moash has fucked all the way off. So Venli is like, well, my means of escape is gone. Maybe I will go help Kaladin.
Yeah, because Venli,
or Kaladin's family.
There was a part of me here that genuinely thought, I was like, oh, Venli is going to just say her third ideal because she has to get out of here.
To get them out? No.
Like, I really, but
no, she's a long way. Timber is like, you are so far from that, my guy. Like,
I know.
We are not there.
And so, yeah, she's like, well, I guess I'll go back and save Lirin.
Yeah.
And Hasina.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. But then the rest of the listeners are like, oh, yeah, no, wait, that's a great idea. Because then Kaladin will like us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We jump to Navani, who is still considering her failure. I love that that's how we ended off part 4, and we begin part 5 with Navani.
Well, and like the failure
she's like, is God real?
Yeah. Which is very funny to me because, like, obviously, these characters know too much about God.
But are they God in the way that they see them as God? Like, yeah. What is a God? What do they believe being a God means?
I know. I do understand that. Like, I do understand that. But Navani is married to a man who has met 3 gods personally. like has had a casual interpersonal conversation with 3 different gods who have given him wild amounts of power. Just like an insane amount of power.
Yeah, but it's like Dallinar says. He's like, I don't believe that the Almighty is God.
I know, but they know that the gods are shards of a previous god.
But is Adonalsium God? Like, and if Adonalsium is God, then the shards are only a fraction of God. And so are they God?
Sure, but that's like saying that Jesus is and isn't God.
Well, he's not.
He is.
Right, he's not. He's his son.
I know, but he's also God.
What do you mean?
Like, he is God. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, they are God. They make up God.
No, God is God.
Right, but Jesus is also God.
So there's 2 gods.
No. They are the same person.
Sure.
I think you would get kicked out of Mass for that one.
Yeah, gladly. Wow. Anyways, Navani finds a dagger, the dagger that Raboniel used to kill her daughter, and there's still a wee little bit of light left in there.
Yeah.
So she takes that. Kaladin is trying to look like a badass.
He's
like,
aura farming so
I'm
hard.
so tired, but I gotta look so cool for this. Otherwise, my plan is not gonna work.
He watched Solo Leveling and was like, that's
Yeah.
what I need to be.
Yeah.
I need to be Jinwoo.
But Syl and Kaladin reunite, and
Or Jinwoo.
she's
Jinwoo is K-pop Demon Hunters.
sure. And Syl is okay. Syl is at this moment all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a rough moment when they were separated. She was like, I was just bopping around, had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, it is so fascinating. Like, you know, we talked a lot in the Discord about how I find Syl frustrating at times, but it is really hard to talk about the Spren sometimes in this series, right? Because they're not really characters in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like, they're only their characterizations are so tied to the Radiant Spren are like their proximity to the Radiant. And like Syl literally like loses her personality so often. She loses her memories. She's this weird conglomerate. She is more of an idea than a character. And I think that like sometimes I want to treat her like a character and she isn't one. Like she doesn't actually have like the basis of personhood.
Well, she doesn't really act independently of Kaladin except when she brought him the leaf, right?
When she poisoned him.
Well, yeah, she brought him she didn't poison him, but she brought him like something that she just believed was important.
Yeah.
But yeah, she doesn't really get the chance to make a lot of decisions herself on page, right? Obviously, we know that off page she defied the Stormfather and came and found Kaladin. Like all of that, I do understand.
Well, but Spren before they make the bond are more, or before they in Shadesmar, they're more interesting.
Kind of, yeah.
Because they're their own people.
Yeah.
Like Syl in the physical realm just is sort of a frustrating character because she isn't herself. Sometimes she is.
Kind of is.
But sometimes she isn't.
Yeah.
And that is like it's
a weird thing
to
to navigate for sure.
100%. Yeah. And Bryce says Syl loses herself like other people lose their glasses.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. But yeah, she's okay. She's back.
Yeah, they're good. Chapter 103 is The Legend You Live. So Teft and Lift are going to the infirmary, and Kaladin's gonna like hold off the pursuer and take the bait and fight with them. They get in, they distract the guard, no problem, and guess who's there?
Who?
Okay. It's Moash.
Did you just dead name him? His name is Vyre?
Oh.
Could you please respect? No, I fuck Moash.
It's like I'm pretty sure that they say Moash.
No, I'm
times.
so kidding. No, I think
No, Vyre is like his title.
No, I think
someone
Vyre
had
is
that title before him. Remember?
No. The title is the one who ends, or the one who. Vyre is his name now, and his title is the one who ends, or the one who something.
Sure.
Or maybe Vyre means the one who ends. I don't know. He actually uses Moash in his POV. No, I know. I was just giving her shit. I did not mean that seriously. I was making a joke. This is so fascinating to me because Moash is an idiot.
Yeah.
And like could have won. Honestly, Odium should have won here. The only reason he doesn't is that Moash is dumb. Like Moash leaves Liren and Hasina alive for some reason. He, instead of just killing them and then having Kaladin find their dead bodies, which would have just been so much easier than what he does.
What do you mean? He doesn't want Kaladin dead. He wants Kaladin under his power.
Yeah, I know. So why leave them alive?
As hostages? Yeah, you fuck around, I'm gonna kill your family. Like, I've already killed one of your best friends.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep your family hostage so that you can't fuck around.
How does it work out for him?
Well, yeah, it doesn't.
Not well.
But that's because other shit happens.
The one who quiets, thanks you.
The one who quiets. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Look, all I'm saying is Moash kind of fucks around here. He does kill Teft.
Moash.
He kills Teft. He kills an old man who doesn't have superpowers with his superpowers. It's not that impressive.
But he also kills a Spren.
But he kills Fenderana.
Yeah.
The weird thing about killing Fenderana, though, is that okay, we already talked about this. So he did it so that she can't come back and bond someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Blues Barrows.
Thank you for that suit or for the gifted memberships.
Thank you so much. We got 10 new members who can now go
watch.
gotta
drip feed the misery. That's interesting, yeah.
Drip feed the misery. I mean, yeah, that's yeah. That is 100%. Y'all, we've got so many reactions that you guys can go watch. We did this whole section, so go enjoy it, and thank you Blues Barrows for that lovely gift. You got so many books in your lap.
So many books in my lap. Thank you, Blues Barrows. That's genuinely so kind. Genuinely. I will say the only reason that Odium loses at all in this book is that the Fused have a truly insane honor system for fighting that I think results will vary for people on.
I mean, I
don't know
think
that I love
they're
it.
more interesting than bad guys, you know? Like, they have a culture, they have thoughts, they have due process. They have all these things that make them a society instead of the other that I actually find way more interesting to read than Trollocs. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I just think that the, we will only fight you one-on-one even if we keep losing is...
Well, because they can't lose. They keep coming back.
Well, they definitely lose.
They think they're immortal.
Here. Yeah, but they definitely lose. 50 fucking Heavenly Ones watch Kaladin beat the shit out of the Pursuer and then kick them out of the tower.
Uh-huh.
They lose here. They lose pretty bad.
I'm not sure what you mean.
What do you mean? They lose.
You mean Leshwi and her
The entire contingency of the tower that invaded lost. They invaded the humans' tower. They got the biggest military victory of their entire campaign. Uh-huh. And then because they didn't want to interfere with the Pursuer's feelings, they allowed a single man to fucking whoop ass, and they lost because of it. All they had to do was fucking fight Kaladin 2 or 3 on 1. But
yeah, and the Pursuer is insane. Of course he's not smart.
I know, but the idea that you would allow one man to get you all embarrassed is beyond my ego.
Oh, that is so, human, in quotes, to me. I'm like, oh, yeah. Some motherfucker's ego. That's like saying, Donald Trump's ego has gotten the entire country in trouble, which it has.
No.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
No, that is not...
oh, shit, he said something stupid again? Well, we can't actually, jump in
that's
and,
not a solo thing. There's a
so...
lot of people's egos involved in that.
Yeah, again, but if you get... It's about scale, right? This motherfucker is, a legend, and his people that are basically, sworn to him can't...
I know, but after the second strike... You gotta, one of the things I find frustrating in this book a little bit is that the Pursuer is Kaladin is dead, and then he's not, and that doesn't change anything. The Pursuer, the Pursuer is still in charge when he shows up the third time, and even though everyone knows he's still alive, and that the Pursuer just lied about killing him, that didn't matter. And
everyone in the tower knew that he was lying. They talk about it.
I know. I know.
The Pursuer sucks.
So you want me to take these characters seriously when they have an idiot running them? They're like...
Well, that's why he's not in charge.
He is, though, because no one does anything.
No, he's in charge of, like, the military stuff. But, like, everything... Raboniel is in charge.
Sure, and they fail because of it. They lose. Like, the Raboniel, as intelligent as she comes across in this book, she loses because she allows the Pursuer to be a fucking moron.
Does she lose?
Yeah.
No, she wants the war to end. That's all she cares about.
Yeah, but she wants the singers to win.
That would be her first choice.
Yeah, and so she's not getting her first choice. Sorry, in her ranked choice voting, she still loses.
She gets option number 2.
Her invasion of the tower fails because she's the singers, aren't strong enough to do what needs to get done.
Yeah, because they have a military structure where they're supposed to follow orders.
Yeah.
Like anyone else.
Oh, no. I understand that, but they should have won. They should have easily won. They had every advantage, and they gave them all up for truly insane reasons. It's good writing. I don't have a problem with it in the book. I'm not like... I find the Kaladin being alive thing and that the Pursuer staked his reputation on, like, telling everyone he died. That I wish that played more of a part in it, but... I wanted the third fight between the Pursuer and Kaladin to have more variety to it. It really did feel like the second fight again. And I just wish it had felt different.
The second fight he lost. Like, Kaladin, like, got trapped in a fucking...
He doesn't lose. Kaladin wins that fight.
What?
Kaladin's goal is to break the node and get away.
Yeah, but he got separated from
node,
Syl and nearly
he gets away.
dies unless Dallinar had intervened.
Okay, but winning, and you are really on a, like, not defeated or defeated. Your idea of what victory is very odd today, because Kaladin went into that fight to break the node and get away, and he did both of those things. He won. Was he almost dead at the end? Yeah, but he won. Kaladin won that fight. In the win condition of the two characters involved, Kaladin wanted to break the node and get away, and the Pursuer wanted to kill Kaladin. At the end of the fight, the node is broken, Kaladin got away, and Kaladin isn't dead. He won.
All right.
He won the fight. Like, there's no... He didn't win it with flying colors. Like, he didn't crush the fight, but he absolutely succeeded in all of his win conditions, and the Pursuer failed in all of his.
Okay.
So like but it was also like in the town square, they're gonna fight, they're gonna like fuck around a little bit with the gauntlet, and I just wish it had felt different, and it just didn't feel that different to me. It didn't grow. It wasn't bigger. Kaladin was more brutal, but it wasn't like...
It felt totally different to me because it felt like Kaladin obviously achieved what he wanted to achieve, but it, like, he still got beat down and, like, flushed out of the tower and separated from Syl, whereas in this one he basically hands the Pursuer his ass on a platter and humiliates him and destroys his reputation in the span of 5 minutes.
Oh, sure. The ending is different. I agree with you on that. Like, he overachieves in the third fight. He does, but the, like, staging of it is the same. It just has a different ending. It's just the same fight again. It just ends differently. And I just would have liked it to be a different fight. And I think that the Heavenly Ones getting involved and, like, people being like, enough is enough with the Pursuer's bullshit. We need to, like, if you had just had people get involved this time.
Well, they did right after to save the Radiants from getting fucking slaughtered. Like, humans got involved.
That didn't change Kaladin's fight at all. Kaladin was gone by the time that happened. Kaladin was off chasing people out of the tower.
Yeah, but you're saying you wanted people to get involved, and they did.
No, I wanted the Pursuer Kaladin fight to just have a different structure than the previous Pursuer Kaladin fights, and it had the same structure, just ended a little bit differently. That's all.
Sure, yeah. I mean, the Pursuer would never allow that, but I don't really know how it could be different.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that it was different in that, like, Kaladin, like, one-handedly achieved the things that he wanted to achieve and also destroyed the Pursuer and his reputation, which then led to, like, humans and singers working together, which is huge. And then they immediately, like, fought one another, which was very real.
And that stuff is great. And look, everything that happens after the fight is awesome. Genuinely, no complaints. The only thing about it is that it is the climactic fight of the book. And I felt like it didn't improve upon the previous fights. It was just the same fight. Kaladin won it this time, but that's all I'm saying. Everything that happens after that is significantly better than the fight to me.
Okay, yeah.
And I just would have liked for the fight to feel like a bigger thing. I kind of was like,
I thought we were enjoying it in the reaction because
I
we
did
loved
enjoy it.
the psychological part of it.
I'm not saying it's terrible or anything. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like, it didn't bring something new to it.
All right.
For me. And I think that doing the 3 nodes, I think that it's just the natural effect of it being, we have to go do the 3rd node, is that there's the element of like, Kaladin has to rush off to the 3rd node right after they found it because it's literally the same plot point 3 times in a row. And there's just something about the way that happens in this book that by the 3rd one, I was like, I'm glad we finished it this time because I don't want to do this again. You know what I mean? Like, I would like for you to do something else. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The rule of 3, I guess, is pretty common.
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know where we are.
Pinky Armando says, that's fair, but I felt the fight was epic. I got shonen vibes, like assuming pride is most important. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the way in which he like emotionally hits the pursuer is awesome. It really is. It's why, like, you know, I don't know how Kaladin could have lost the second fight, but I wish he had. It is the tough thing about the win condition being that, like, Kaladin has to win all 3 times.
Yeah, because otherwise the sibling's corrupted and like, the book is over.
Like, maybe that's what the problem is. Brandon Sanderson created a situation where Kaladin has to win or else the book is over. And so the fact that he wins each time is like necessary for the book to continue. And so by the time he wins the 3rd time, it's like, well, yeah, he's actually won every time, even though he has less superpowers every time. Like
what do you mean less?
Kaladin is less strong each fight.
How?
Because the sibling has been more corrupted each time, and so he is less capable each fight. His first fight, his healing works. His second fight, his healing is at half strength. This fight, his healing barely works.
Oh yeah, but he's able to use the Fabrial in better ways each time. So I feel like
sure, but
his
physical
his powers
strength
like
is
change.
Sure, but his physical strength is severely diminished by the 3rd fight. His ability, he like can't use a Shardblade by the 3rd fight. All right, I don't think he can use Shardblade for any of them. But like he gets weaker each time, and more injured, and his injuries last longer each fight. So he's getting weaker and still winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's just a fact. That's just the reality of it, right?
Yeah, I don't remember him like physically getting weaker. So.
Well, he can't use Stormlight to replenish his strength. So
yeah.
he's fighting on just being a bare raw human by the end.
Yeah.
He has the Fabrial, but that's it. He doesn't have any sort of the advantages that he would usually have.
Yeah. 104, Full of Hope. Rlain and Dabbit are trying to get to Navani and the sibling, and they get stopped and taken elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rlain does not make it to the sibling because someone recognizes him, and they're like, we need to double check with Raboniel before you can go any further.
Yeah.
Kaladin fights the pursuer. Venli arrives at the fight. And Leshwi is like, this is going so well. Look at him go. My boy. She's like so happy for Kaladin because
she fucking hates the pursuer.
Yeah, Lezian is on his last body. And also, he is so fucking shamed.
Yeah.
That he can't retreat.
The defeated one.
Yeah.
I am So we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Sure. And then Moash kills Teft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Lift also gets wounded. Her legs get
Yeah.
cut by the honor blade. So
Her legs get killed.
she is she's unable to help in the moment. But Teft gets some great final words in. He's like, I didn't say the better warrior, my guy. I said the better man. So
No, this scene is like truly wonderful.
Yeah.
And it like it's coming because Teft has pulled the like I've been a good sergeant and like all of this book has a lot of the I'm too old for this shit, like it's my last day on the force kind of tropiness.
Yeah.
But the way it builds to this is just so wonderful, man. Like it's so sad and it hits so well.
Yeah.
But God, it's good. It's really, really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, it hurt. It hit hard. So Moash kills Fenderana, which then immobilizes Teft.
Yeah.
And then he kills Teft.
Pinkermano says, oh crap, yeah, we never see her heal, do we? It's mentioned that she heals.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. At some point someone's like, how's Lift doing? And they're like, she's fine. She's recovering.
Oh, all right.
We know that she's fine.
Do we?
Yeah. Why wouldn't she be?
Because she breaks all the rules.
No, if Kaladin...
Oh, someone was like, well, my lunch is gone.
Yeah.
So she's... Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
right.
Dallinar says, well, my lunch is gone, so
yeah.
she's fine.
Yeah.
Dallinar, that's what it is. There's no reason why being severed by a Shardblade would affect Lift differently than Kaladin.
She just has to eat enough to be able to heal from that wound. Yeah.
Or sucking Stormlight, right?
No, she can't use Stormlight.
I thought she could use both.
No, she uses Lifelight. She doesn't use Stormlight.
But I thought she could use both.
I don't think so.
Huh. I thought Cultivation gave her the ability to use Lifelight, but I thought that because of her bond with Windle, she could use both.
I'm pretty sure Windle is like, yeah, you got to take in like Stormlight and stuff, and she's like, nah, shut up, Voidbringer.
Oh yeah, she doesn't.
I'm pretty sure she only uses Lifelight.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's like completely different.
Yeah.
Chapter 105, Children of Passions. Kaladin and the Pursuer fight.
We've kind of talked this to death.
Yeah. And then Moash drops Teft's body in front of him.
Well, I do love the moment of like the Pursuer leaving, making his fourth body, and Kaladin being like, you can't walk away now. And Pursuer being like,
yeah.
And everyone's looking at him, and Kaladin is like, you're the defeated one now, bitch. And just the language that he uses is so good. Yeah. I was really like, I will say, I have said that I didn't think like the setup for this fight and the fight itself did enough to like be different, but this part of it, the talking part of it after the fight had mostly been done, I thought got very good.
Yeah.
Like I was more invested in the dialogue in the second half of the fight than I was in the fight itself. And I thought that was handled really well and written really well. Like I love Kaladin breaking down the Pursuer emotionally.
Yeah.
And I loved him involving the crowd in it. I thought that was like really cool.
Yeah.
There's kind of a lack of tension in it at that point because Kaladin beats him so thoroughly, but the investment was super high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaladin is immobilized.
Yeah.
And can't do anything.
He drops Teft's body on him.
And yeah, Moash is like, you can either do what I did and support Odium, or you can die.
Yeah, because those are the only two options, actually.
Moash is not exactly a complicated character.
Moash is an idiot. Because then Moash is also like, run away with Liren. Quietly. Because if Kaladin finds out that Liren's here, he might wake up. And then he does. If Moash had just killed Liren, Hasina, and the kid, the book would be over. Because the only thing that motivates Kaladin to his feet again is to save Lirin.
I thought it was the Radiance.
No, the fucking Heavenly One takes off with Lirin, and Kaladin chases them off.
I thought they saw Kaladin come to, and they're like, "Oh shit," and ran off. I don't know. We'll get there.
Kaladin isn't even like fully
We'll get
present
there.
when he's chasing them, though.
Yeah, I know.
He's in like a fugue state.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like about his dad.
The Moash destroys the final node as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the shield comes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting sequence of events. The idea of how it plays out, I think, is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I think the structure, if you were to write the structure out, because we'll get into what the next chapter is.
Okay.
What's the next chapter?
106?
Yeah, who's in it again? Because this is where it's like a weird jump again, right?
Kaladin, Navani, and
Okay, no,
Venli.
it's not this one then. Oh no, maybe I was thinking about the previous one where they're like, the node's in danger, and then it cuts to fucking the kid eating. This is I feel like we have this sequence of events wrong. Kaladin gets Teft dropped on him. He's there. Moash Moash gives Lirin to someone and is like, don't do anything. Shut the fuck up, Pursuer. You're done. Right? And then Moash goes to go break the node and then go kill Navani. And then the Pursuer is like, fuck this shit. Tries to engage Kaladin. Kaladin kills the Pursuer and then chases his father. Right? That's the sequence of events.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And so, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're saying this right, because the Pursuer is the reason why Kaladin snaps out of it. Not fully, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fully just marks him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Navani realizes that the node is destroyed, so she takes the dagger, and
Well, she finds the dagger.
no, we already found it. Yeah. So this is when
Oh, right. Yeah.
she
She goes into the hallway.
sets up the pain real.
She's like, fuck, I need a magnet. It's magnets, bitch.
Yeah, and that's what activates the like boxes and boxes of traps that she has outside.
I will say, this pain real seems to have a big flaw in its design, which is that once she gets Raboniel in it, she has to get in it to stab Raboniel. And it just feels like Navani, for book 5, we need to talk about the ability to turn it off so that it's not a great trap.
But if you turn it off, then Raboniel is free.
I know, but it's not a great trap if you have to fall into the trap to affect the person you've trapped.
I think she's working with what she's got.
100%.
I don't really think that's
trying to iterate for the future. I said for book 5. If you have to go into the field of effect in order to fight the person, then we got to talk about like fail safes or like a safety procedure so that you can trap someone in it and not have to do that to yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Just have a safe word.
That's very funny. Like you just say eucalyptus and then the pain rail doesn't affect you.
Yeah, it like turns off. Yeah, Navani.
But she's been microdosing iocane powder for years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raboniel walks into the trap, and we get to chapter 106.
Well, it starts with Raboniel. Navani goes out in the hallway, and Raboniel is like pumping the sibling with.
What?
Navani comes into the hallway, and Raboniel is at the heart, pumping that sweet void light into the sibling, right?
No, it literally is the moment that the thing goes down.
What?
She's like, "Come with me." I think if that happened, the sibling would be corrupted, right?
No, Raboniel is at the heart, and that's what Raboniel is too focused pumping void light into the heart, which is what gives Navani time to set up the trap in the hallway.
Oh, I thought it was already set up. She just like uses a magnet and like clicks it.
Yeah, but she needs that. Isn't that what happens? And then she's like, Raboniel, you need to go do something. And Raboniel like walks into the trap away from the heart.
She like gives her the dagger. Because she's like, I can't abandon the sibling. Like, Raboniel's like, you should flee. And Navani's like, I can't. Also, here's this dagger. Because Raboniel is like, you should leave so that Moash doesn't kill you. Because she's promised that Moash can kill her.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's before the pain rail moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's at the heart. And then Raboniel walks down the hallway. Navani gets Raboniel to walk down the hallway. She's like pumping void light in. I can't remember what she brings up, though, to get her to walk away from the... What is it that she says to her to get her away from the heart?
I thought they were like,
This is the problem with reacting to 7 hours of audiobook.
No, the thing was, Navani was like, I believe that Kaladin will defeat Moash, so then I won't have to die. Right? So they decide to go wait together, I thought, to see if Kaladin defeats Moash.
That's what it is. No, they make a deal.
Yeah.
Yes. So Raboniel is at the heart. She's pumping void light into the heart. Navani goes into the hallway, activates the trap, walks up to Raboniel. They have the conversation where they make that agreement.
Yeah,
where, like, if Moash shows up,
dagger.
gives her the dagger. So Raboniel's like, all right, fine. Leaves the heart, fully tainted, walks into the hallway. Right.
Yeah.
No, Raboniel does start this at the heart.
Yeah, that's where they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got there.
I
feel like I am doing okay remembering this book. Am I crazy? Or we just seem to not be on the same page about like what's happening in the book?
I'm just reading through the notes.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that as soon as Raboniel would put more light into the sibling, that the sibling would die.
No, it's like a process, and Navani talks her off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Raboniel hits the pain rail and drops the dagger. Navani grabs the dagger and stabs her, but there's not enough light in the dagger.
Yes.
And so Raboniel is not yet dead.
No, I'm not yet dead.
Yeah.
But her soul is burning. Which is
dying.
Horrifying.
She is dying.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, awful. Moash stabs Navani.
Sure. Yeah. He shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's bleeding out. She stumbles back towards the tower, and Raboniel grabs him to stop him from just fucking murking her.
Yeah. Not yet.
Sure.
This is the problem with these chapters.
I know.
Is that there's like one thing that happens in each chapter to each person, and then we jump to the next person.
Yeah.
And I was like, do we want to talk about these in chapters, or do we want to talk about them in like people? And they were like, no, we always end up going back to talking about it in chapters.
Well,
but that is a difficult thing, is that like...
It bounces around so much.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't remember what happened in what chapter, and I do find that a little bit frustrating.
Well, and because we listened to them in like... We did these audiobook reactions in 3 chunks.
Yeah.
And so, like, I remember everything that happened to Raboniel in that chunk of audiobook reacting.
Exactly, yeah, when we were sitting down.
Does a throwing dagger thrown count as a stabbing?
Yeah, it's still a stabbing weapon.
Carrion says Nerdy got it almost fully right, just except for Raboniel not getting to start adding more void light before Navani interrupted her. Okay, so she hadn't started the process yet. That's fair.
Yeah, okay.
But she was there to do it.
She's like, okay, we're doing this thing. Yeah. Venli watches Kaladin.
Yeah. Talking about the Sanderlanche in this way is hard. It's difficult to like bounce around in my head to where people are at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it is.
I honestly, book
Sorry,
club
chat.
the structure of book club might just be bad.
I think that it works really well when we don't have 87 POVs that are all within one chapter.
I know.
Yeah.
And when we like talk about stuff at the beginning of the book club, and so we don't need to talk about it again, but then we do talk about it again. And like,
we're really good at our jobs.
It's crazy that people still have stuck with the show for 4 years.
Why are you here?
I don't know, man. I love talking about this stuff, but I don't necessarily think I'm great at it. Yeah.
I don't know.
I just love doing it.
As long as we're having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
As long as you're having a good time.
We're almost done with Brandon Sanderson's books, which is crazy, but...
Isn't there still like 15?
No, there's
left?
like 4.
No.
Cosmere books, yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Lost Metal, Sunlit Man...
Tress,
and Win and Truth. Oh, and Isles of the Emberdark just came out.
Okay.
So 5? I think we only have 5 books left.
Damn.
I know.
All right.
Johan says, the structure of book club is very clear, and that is why we are here. Oh, Yumi. Right. Yeah, Yumi and Emberdark. So 6.
Okay.
I think we just have 6 left. You aren't a scholar? Skepcat, I never claimed to be a scholar. I'm also not a critic. I criticize. I'm not a critic. Critics are intelligent. And
we just talk for fun.
I think that one of the problems with the way that people interact with me on the internet is that I speak confidently and in an intellectual, I went to college sort of way, but almost everything I say is deeply rooted in very feelings-based arguments.
Yeah.
And so when I'm I find Syl frustrating, people are like, oh, so you don't like the book. And I'm like, no, I find Syl frustrating.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I find Glinda frustrating. I also think she's one of the best characters in the musical theater canon, even though I'm frustrated with her through most of the play.
Yeah, but Skepcat, Navani is a scholar.
Navani is a
and
scholar.
We are
I'm
not. Critics.
I want to be really clear.
Yeah. I knew what you were trying to do there.
I hear you. I just am actually not a scholar. I'm not going to write a brilliantly crafted review of a movie. I'm just going to sit down and tell you how I feel.
Yeah.
And sometimes that drives people crazy, and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't understand it, but here we are. Anyway, what is happening?
Venli is watching.
Kinky.
She's like, damn, that's sad. Kaladin's real sad.
Yeah.
And she's like, wait a minute. I never cried like that over Esh and I.
That's because you have autism.
Oh.
Yeah.
Autistic people don't cry and grieve in the same way?
In the same way, no.
Because you've had those moments just sometimes months later.
Yeah. We don't process things the same way.
Okay.
I cried about my grandfather 5 months after he died because I saw a musical that reminded me of him.
I don't know.
And in the moment that he died, I went, oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry. I have to get back to rehearsal. And I went back to work and didn't think about it for the next 6 hours because I couldn't at the time. I'm not saying autistic people don't cry. I'm saying that
I don't know if that's specifically an autism thing. I think that
I feel an autism coding off Venli that the way she processes information and her emotional understanding of the world.
I just know that everybody deals with grief and pain very differently.
Oh, 100%. She just feels coded a certain way.
Yeah.
The way I don't know.
Yeah. Leshwi calls the pursuer the defeated one.
Yes. Leshwi gets that final twist of the dagger in there.
And Moash is like, don't kill Kaladin. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. But the pursuer obviously is stupid and tries to do it anyways. Yes. And that's what makes Kaladin start to fight back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he cuts his head off.
Yeah.
He got him beautiful. Real good. It is. You know what? It is beautiful.
I love a beheading.
He lashes his head so that it just rips off of his body.
But yeah, it's like a reverse lashing.
Well, because
so that the gravity pulls just his head.
He's stuck to the window, he's cannot move, and then his head is lashed away. Yeah,
I thought he was going to go through the window into the storm. I really thought we were going that way.
Yeah.
The sort of. Yeah. It is definitely the most violent death.
In the series, yeah.
In the series, for
sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? He deserves it.
Oh my god. Monkey. What the hell?
Oh my god.
Thank you for that super chat.
Monkey, it's so good to see you.
Miss your faces. We miss your face. What?
God damn it. Holy shit. Thanks.
Yeah. Holy shit, monkey.
It's so nice to see you.
It's been a minute. Hi.
We're still doing Brandy Sandy.
I know you don't love the Brandy Sandy. You're so sorry.
But someone's head just got ripped off. So like
someone's
that's
head
cool.
did just get ripped off.
Yeah.
It was a pretty rad moment.
It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah, it's so good to see you.
Here, I will. Thank you, Monkey. That's unbelievable. Very kind. Anytime the super chats are red, I'm like.
Yeah, right. I love that they are color coded because I'm like,
yeah,
like.
Well, especially with the different currencies, because sometimes I'm like,
True.
I don't know how much money that is.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it's
Monkey, you are unreal. That is beyond generous. Holy shit.
Thank you.
As much as I thought the fight was kind of the same, this moment was very, very, very cool.
Yeah. The aftermath of it was pretty fucking bonkers.
Bonkers indeed.
Bonkers.
What
indeed.
a moment to pop in, Monkey.
Yeah.
Kaladin just magically ripped a man's head off.
Yeah, it's fine.
And we cheered.
We sure did.
We cheered for that.
We sure did. Yeah, it was a good time.
But Lirin gets taken. They fly off with Lirin, one of the evil heavenly ones.
Yeah.
And Kaladin gives chase. Kaladin loses it. He is just tearing through. My favorite moment in the final section of this book is when he's flying at a heavenly one, and it's like the line is basically like Kaladin headed towards the heavenly one, and then the next line is, moments later, that heavenly one was completely fucking fucked to shit and absolutely dead. And Brandon Sanderson, by not describing what Kaladin did to the heavenly one, by being like, it was fucking pink mist, was a banger moment in the book.
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah,
for sure. Kaladin chases, trying to get his father back. And the fuse literally panics and throws him off the tower, and Kaladin jumps.
Philip says more than Vin headbutting a guy to death or killing Straff. Yeah, I think this is the most violent death. I think that.
Well, in Stormlight.
No, I think all Cosmere. The entire tower gathering around to watch as gravity rips a man's head off of his body, like slowly and painfully, while he can't move and is howling to death as he feels gravity rip his own head off. I don't think there is a more violent death than that. And the audience is a big part of it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, part of the violence is knowing that there's like a 12-year-old kid watching. Yeah. Pretty sure it's a regal, not a heavenly one. Oh, sure. What's she doing over there?
I'm trying to get my lip gloss. It fell on the ground.
And so, yeah, Kaladin takes off after them and is ripping through people. Just fucking going at it. Yeah. And Syl is not handling this well. Kaladin is losing himself in his anger and is acting in this very animalistic sort of way. Mm-hmm. And I was right. It was a heavenly one. Mispronounced name coming in here, fact checking me wrong. This is the problem. I trust all of you too much. I just go like, oh, okay, yeah, you're probably right. When I know things. So Kaladin is fucking ripping through people, and Syl, I guess this isn't honorable. And so Syl
is just depressed.
I'm not really sure. I look, we fought about it in the Discord. I'm not sure I fully understand why this affects Syl in the way that it does. In that there isn't really like a lack of honor in what Kaladin's doing here, but because Kaladin is so emotionally aggrieved, that seems to affect their bond.
I thought Syl was losing herself because Kaladin's losing himself. Kaladin is barely fucking conscious. He is an animal. Maybe
that's what it is, right? Yeah. But that has nothing to do with honor or with oaths.
No, but Spren, it's their connection that gives Syl the sentience to also have personhood. And therefore, if Kaladin is losing his personhood, then Syl also seems to be. She's like, I can't remember the words.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to help you. I'm supposed to do these things, and I can't remember the words.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just in the past when she's been pushed away from that, it was directly tied into his oaths.
Mm-hmm.
And this doesn't seem to be particularly oath breaking. In fact, he is his
Chad is saying it's because passion is odium.
I see, I get that, but at the same time, his actions are to save somebody, which is what he is oath bound to do. And so in my head, like, he is passionate about what he's doing, but the actions that he is taking is in furthering his goal of living up to his oath of saving an innocent person.
But he's not consciously doing it because of his oath. He is leaning into his passions in the moment and killing people who are just, like, in his way.
But it's to save his dad. Like, that's where I feel the, like, tension of, are you not allowed to be passionate?
But it's journey before destination. It's not about the goal of the thing. It's about how he's going about doing it. It's his journey to get to Rlain, in which he is kind of a mindless beast who is ripping through anyone that is in front of him.
I guess it's just that it is the hard thing about this series taking the stance that it does on violence, where when he's ripping the Pursuer apart, it's fun. And trying to have the, like, anime violence where, like, it's...
Because the Pursuer just tried to kill him.
I know, but these people are trying to kidnap his father.
Yeah.
What's the difference? You know what I mean? Like, it is the difficulty of trying to stake your moral system on the idea that there are some violences are more violent than other violences. It's hard to make that argument to me sometimes. And in this case, like, Kaladin is doing the right thing.
It's about the mindset, not the actual actions of it. It's the journey before destination.
Sure, but even here, the journey is towards his father, who is being set up to die.
But it's not about that's the destination.
But
the journey matters.
Yeah, but
how you get there matters.
So he should let them stop him?
By
and
your
let his
logic,
father die.
by your logic, you're saying only results matter. Therefore, means to an end don't matter. Only the end results matter.
No, I'm saying that at this point, the number of people Kaladin has killed to save people is so high that to tell me that these 3 that he kills on the way to save somebody who are actively trying to stop him from saving somebody are somehow different because Kaladin is upset this time.
The way that I read this is that those people weren't trying to save him. They were just literally in the way. Or stop him, sorry. They weren't trying to stop him. They were literally just in the way, and Kaladin just, like, ripped through them in a violent tornado.
I think the idea that they wouldn't stop him is odd, given
no one else is trying to stop him. It's just the people that are running away in front of him.
With his father.
Yeah.
They're the magical enemies who
which
invaded his home.
Which they have been ordered not to kill him.
They were ordered that before, while he was, like, crying on the ground, but... I think the idea that the Heavenly Ones are just going to let Kaladin... Well, then why are they flying away with his dad?
Because the Pursuer gave them... Or because Moash gave them orders not to kill him and to keep him captive.
I think that logical train is difficult to stay on the tracks.
I'm just saying that's why this is happening the way it's happening and why Syl is struggling. That was your question.
I just think that at this point, like, you've invaded, you've beaten people, you've enslaved people. But
Kaladin right now in this moment is not facing an enemy who is trying to, like, attack him. He is literally hunting down someone who is running away. Right? And brutally ripping them apart.
Running away with his father, bound and gagged. Like, I'm sorry.
One of them is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you broke into my house and you're running away with my dad. I'm not going to show you a shit ton of mercy. I'm just not. I don't think that you're like, well, I guess we're scared, but we're going to leave with your father. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were kidnapping my father and scared doing it. That changes everything.
Yeah,
have
but
him.
the Radiants...
Have my dad. I didn't know you were scared.
The Radiants are different. They take
There's kidnapping
oaths.
his dad.
They take oaths about journey before destination. Like, that
they
is
are
literally
kidnapping his father.
Uh-huh.
I don't care that they're scared doing it. They're kidnapping his dad. If you don't want Kaladin to rip through you, put his dad down and he'll stop. The action that would stop Kaladin in this is if you just stop kidnapping his dad. It's not that hard. Like, drop him.
But only one of them has his dad.
Okay.
He's
they
chasing
work
down
together
and
to kidnap his
murdering
dad.
people that are fleeing.
Again, when you are the invading force in somebody's house, you are no longer innocent people. Saying they're innocent
I
is
just
weird.
don't think that ends justify means all the time. I think that is I just don't believe in that.
They have invaded. They have murdered.
Look, you've said
They
it.
have
Yeah,
beaten.
you have said this.
What possible mercy do you think they are owed at this point?
I think that Kaladin should chase the one holding his dad and get his dad back. The other ones are running away.
Sure. Okay, fine.
But it's never said that they don't. It's never
so
said that they
ridiculous
attack
to
him.
me, but okay.
Kaladin literally just murders fleeing enemies. That's like if you're on a battlefield and you start shooting people in the back because they're running away. And one of them maybe has a captive, yeah. But there's a bunch of them that are just fleeing.
With his father.
One of them is.
Bound
That's
and
just
gagged.
what I said. I think Kaladin should be chasing the one that has his dad and not mercilessly fucking murking everyone else in his path.
Yeah. I just disagree.
You are asking why Syl is behaving the way that she is behaving, and this is why. That was the original question.
Right, but
we do have a super chat, though, from Ernest.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
Sorry, Ernest.
Ernest, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I like that Kaladin's brutality was being influenced by odium since his eyes were glowing yellow, and it's a moment of him completely unchained by morality. Yeah, it's again, it comes back to odium being of passion and the passion overcoming Kaladin and therefore like giving odium that in. Because I think odium, in the same way that odium wants Dallinar, I'm sure that odium also wants Kaladin. Like the number one goal would be for Kaladin to do what Moash did, right? Give up his pain and serve odium. And so that like moment of passion really influences this fight. And you know, like as fucking crazy as it is, it does come from the passions which are odium in this series.
The problem with that to me is that everything involves passion. Like as an idea, like you can't just be like, well, he did it passionately. Everything's passionate. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like love is passionate. Like the weird thing about the idea that odium is passions is that you can't divorce any element of life from passion at all.
It's why you
so you
need
can't just
all
use
the
it
shards.
as an excuse to like excuse people's behavior.
Well, that's why I have no idea how the series is going to end because you can't like the passions are important. Emotions are important. And so how does the shard of odium find a harmonious way to live? I genuinely like I don't know. I don't know how you solve that problem. Right? Maybe you just need to find the right person to have the shard. I genuinely like I don't know. I don't know either. I have so many questions about how the series ends because I don't actually think that they can just kill the shard that is odium.
Yeah, and it does seem like the problem with the shards is that like there is no world in which they don't become like evil.
Well, it depends on the shard.
I don't think it does.
No, like Sazed has ruin and preservation, and yes, it has changed kind of how he operates, but I don't think that he's evil. I don't think cultivation is evil. Like,
sure, but even Sazed is like manipulating people into living a certain way, right? Evil is probably not the right word, but like controlling. Like it does seem like all of the shards have the same problem of interfering. None of them seem willing to just leave people to their own devices. Well, and so, like, once they're all controlling each other, and they want to go to war with each other. There's enough shards that want to go to war with the other shards that there doesn't seem to be any sort of resolution.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't actually know what shape the end of this series takes.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
And I think it's gonna be really interesting and complicated. So Kaladin jumps to try and he sees Liren fall and he jumps afterwards. Whether or not it is to try and save him or whether it is just to die, that is definitely a question mark.
Ernest Hill, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you, Ernest.
Odium is hatred raised. Try to make it passion. Sure.
Oh, interesting.
They're all British suburbanites.
Jonathan, no, I think the shards either come back together as one or a pair to be more managed balance. I think that pairing is because we've seen it in Sazed is probably a solution.
Yeah, like if you were to merge Honor and Odium, I think you would have a better.
Or you remake Adonalsium, but why did they destroy Adonalsium in the first place?
Because they wanted power.
Was it, or was it that Adonalsium
no, it's
was
people want power.
Maybe, yeah.
People always want power.
I guess.
It's why Tervengean, I guess, is the way he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, he jumps. And then we cut to Dallinar, right?
Nope. Chapter 107. We've got Navani, who is being chased by Moash, and this is when Raboniel jumps up and tries to keep Moash from Navani, because Raboniel wants the war to end, and Navani is the only one who knows how to make the light to be able to actually kill one another for realsies. So Raboniel is repeatedly stabbing Moash while Navani tries to go talk to the sibling. Mm-hmm. And then we get Dallinar.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, Kaladin jumped into a storm. Then we've got Kaladin and Syl.
Can I say this? This moment with Dallinar, the Stormfather, and Kaladin would have been really, really, really cool. It is really, really cool. It would have been just a little bit more cool if Dallinar hadn't saved Kaladin once like this already. Like, I wish we hadn't had the Dallinar Kaladin moment.
It's very different.
It's different, but like,
Dallinar gives Kaladin a chance to save himself, whereas the first time around, Dallinar gives him a bit of wind, just pushes him up onto the thing.
Yeah, it's again, it's the like repetition of this book that it's like, we've done this once before. Dallinar like showing up to this moment to me felt like. And ending these moments with Dallinar showing up through the storm twice in the same 200 pages is just interesting to me.
Yeah. I love that they play out very differently, and that it's not just Dallinar who's able to be like, I've got you, boy. It literally comes from Kaladin. It's just someone has given him the chance to do it for himself.
Yeah. Pink Armando says it feels less Deus Ex Machina since we've seen it already. Maybe that's an element of it. Yeah, that's fair.
That is also true. Yeah. Kaladin lets go of Syl's hand. As she's like, I've forgotten the words. And, yeah.
She's not very helpful.
Jesus Christ. Dallinar is trying to find a way to help. Stormfather's like, it's not possible. And Dallinar's like, I see the space where the visions are, and I'm going to use that to make a bond.
Yeah.
Venli is watching the humans who have no weapons and no means to actually do anything, try to go defend the Radiance.
I do love that they go try and fist fight people who can wield lightning.
Yeah.
Like, that is sick.
Yeah, they're like, not today, Satan, and
I know we're never going to get this in live action. It literally is impossible at this point, given the way that media budgets are about to all drop.
Yeah.
But the idea of this moment in live action would be incredible.
Yeah, unreal. And yeah, Venli finds it inspiring.
Yeah.
Leshwi is like, Leshwi's like, this killing is unfortunate. And Timber's like, you should show her. And so Venli is like, hey, bitch, I'm a Radiant.
This did not go at all how I thought it was going to.
Oh yeah.
Oh no! I was like, what? No, Leshwi might. Now Leshwi and Venli are gonna fight, and Leshwi being like, they've forgiven us.
Yeah. That
That was good.
That moment was amazing.
It was good.
Finding out Leshwi, and maybe we did know this, but for me this felt like a reveal that Leshwi has been alive since before the Spren went over to the humans. Like, she's been alive since the Dawn Singer days.
Yeah.
I think that was a reveal, unless maybe there were like hints to it.
I don't think so, no.
But I was like, holy shit. Yeah, so this moment,
actually, yeah, I don't think we knew that, yeah.
I don't think so. But oh my god, this moment
Yeah.
with Leshwi, and it honestly speaks so much towards Leshwi's sense of honor and fighting the humans, and with Kaladin, right? And how she treats those moments and those conflicts.
Well, and her being like, oh my god, there was this honor spren. And like, are they okay?
Does your Spren know this Spren?
Yeah.
She was my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I fucking loved this moment.
So good.
It was the kind of twist that I love, which is that the twist is a character's response is just not what you expect.
Yeah.
And like, I love that kind of writing, and I thought that he crushed this so much.
Yeah, this moment was unreal.
I adored it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently it wasn't a reveal, but
there's like it's implied, but this is like confirmation.
well, no, Mispronounced Name says it wasn't really a reveal. We've had other quotes about the Spren choosing humans over singers. Yeah, but we don't know which generation of singers became the fused.
And
that could have
been several.
It could have been Leshwi's grandparents were the last singers to be on the Spren side, right? Now we know that Leshwi was that generation.
Yeah.
But
Rabonio mentioned the fused were created in one batch in the beginning. Oh,
right, but
okay,
we didn't know. We know that all the fused are the same generation.
Yeah.
We just didn't know if that generation was pre or post Spren switching sides,
or if the war started with the fused and they, or like, you know, maybe they've been fighting for a few generations before the fused were like created. Those are all questions, but Leshwi in this moment is just incredible. Kaladin is speaking with the Stormfather.
Yeah.
He's like, I know what the next words are, but because the Stormfather's like, say them, and he's like, I know what they are, but if I say them, they don't mean anything because I don't mean them, right? The words are just words. The intent behind them is what matters.
Which is interesting because they're not really an oath, but
a lot of them are not actual oaths.
Oh no, I know, but what he ends up actually saying, which is, I acknowledge that there are going to be people I can't save, is an interesting thing to be like, I don't mean that, even though he just was unable to save someone.
But he can't come to terms with it.
Oh, for sure. But the oath isn't like, I will be okay with not being able to save people.
Isn't it, I accept that there are people I cannot save?
Sure, but that's just a fact. Like that's not a
No. Acceptance is not the same thing as acknowledgement. Like, you have to come to terms.
Maybe I'm thinking of accept in you're emotionally accept.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be okay with it.
No, you're right.
It's going to happen regardless.
No, you're right. I'm thinking of accept as fact. Because I'm
No.
me.
Yeah, accept.
But accept as like emotional acceptance.
Because
Okay.
otherwise, then the ideal for is not really anything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I will concede that point.
Yeah. I think that also, we talked about this in the reaction. I did want to touch on it here for people who don't watch or cannot watch those.
Who didn't want to sit through 7 hours of us painting minis?
Which, like, totally fair. Although the minis are looking pretty good.
They're looking pretty good.
Doing some good.
Really
mini
happy
work.
with the Monster Hunter minis.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to show you guys all the Halo minis I have now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna unbox those on the Roleplay Relay, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it on unbox.
No, I love this. This made so much sense to me as the fourth ideal that I was like, fuck, I should have obviously thought, I should have known that this was this sooner. But I also said that I really understand why a lot of people never make it past the third ideal.
Oh, 100%.
Because I think that accepting that emotionally is something that a lot of people can't do. A lot of people cannot accept death. A lot of people cannot cannot forgive themselves of that responsibility because they take on every burden. And so I was like, oh no, it 100% makes sense. I'm mad that I didn't just absolutely fucking call that from the beginning as the next ideal, especially with how the story goes.
No, I agree. I think it's really well done. I love this scene. Like, I think it is really cool. I don't love how it comes back later. I think that's too goofy for me, but this scene is wonderful.
What do you mean?
Him finding the toy horse that he lost in Amaram's camp 2 years ago in a market.
I think it's probably 3 at this point, but yeah. No, because it's when he became a slave.
Literally 2 years ago.
I thought there was a year time jump.
Yeah.
There was a year of the war, and then there was a year of him as a slave, right?
There's not a year of the war. It's like 8 months.
Okay, so it's been almost 3 years then.
No, I think it's been
because he's been a slave for a while before he gets to the Shattered Plains. He's escaped several times.
No, you're right. I'm forgetting about his time pre the Shash brand. Right.
Yeah. Before he actually gets to the Shattered Plains. I'm assuming it's like, around 3 years, but
apparently we called it in Oathbringer.
We did?
Yeah. When we called what the oath was, the fourth idea was going to be. Apparently a lot of people call it an Oathbringer.
Well, that definitely sounds like very me to be like, I don't remember saying that at all.
Mispronounced name says for Kaladin to get the horse back means that Amaram kept the horse as a trophy of some sort. Yeah, look, I love the moment of him getting the horse in the dream or in the whatever the
Wait, what
vision.
do you mean kept as a trophy? It means it was sold to someone in the marketplace.
Yeah, but no. It means that Amaram kept the horse, brought it to the Shattered Plains, and sold it to someone in the Shattered Plains like 2 years after he got it.
No. It just means that it passed through enough people that it somehow got to the Shattered Plains. Because when Kaladin became a slave, all of his belongings were taken and sold.
It's this little clay horse. Like, it would be like...
Kids need toys. There's families at the Shattered Plains.
Literal
children.
I get it, but unless Tien, at the age of like 12, was a master craftsman, the like dinky little horse...
It's like finding it at a pawn shop, right?
It's wooden. Sorry, it's wooden, not clay.
That's basically what this is like a pawn shop, right?
Okay. Hear me out.
I've literally found things at pawn shops that I've sold at different pawn shops in Calgary before. And that's
in Toronto?
In Calgary.
I know, but the point that I'm making is that this is an item that was lost 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
It made its way to another country, was sold to a merchant who then brought it to a third country and was found alongside the other things that Kaladin had lost. All of Kaladin's possessions that he has lost since Book 1 all ended up in the same pawn shop, 2 countries away from the place where the first thing was lost.
Yeah, because it was influenced by Tien.
I'm saying
the point is that the spiritual realm has a connection to the physical realm.
And I am just saying that
I just don't fuck with ghosts.
The flute, all of the Shattered Plains stuff, and Tien's horse, all ending up in the same pawn shop in Urithiru was a little bit too silly for me. And just didn't need it.
But everyone from the Shattered Plains went to Urithiru. Literally every single person.
Again, all of those items ending up in the same pawn shop was a little too silly for me. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I just kind of went, sure, whatever. And I rolled my eyes and I moved on with it. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Nerdy doesn't believe in fate.
It's fine. I just thought it was goofy that he's like, oh, you found a flute in a pawn shop? I'm going to go to that pawn shop and all of my belongings will be there. It was just silly to me.
Dallinar, this is when he makes the bond. Chapter 108 is the flashback with Kaladin and Kaladin and Tien, where he sees Tien be the one to volunteer to help with the boys who get put on the front line.
Yeah, as much as I do like the vision, I didn't need this to be reframed as well. I was fine with Tien. Like, I thought it was already tragic enough that Tien was sent off to do the fight. The, like, addition of, well, actually, Tien wasn't sent to die. He volunteered for it. Was sort of an unnecessary addition to the moment here for me. But
All right.
It's sweet.
I just think that it gives him more agency and informs how he has affected Kaladin throughout his life. Because of the person that Tien was.
I completely agree with you. The thing I find with Stormlight is that every time Brandon Sanderson goes back on something, it has to be different. And I find that across these books, I'm getting a little bit tired of that. It is okay for...
yeah.
But
I'm not tired of this one. Like,
no.
I think this one is one of the better ones.
Right. I just think that globally in Stormlight, I wish that Brandon Sanderson would just let things be what he says sometimes. Instead of every time we come back to something, it has to change how we've previously seen it. Like, I have a little bit of fatigue with Stormlight in particular about having to reframe every single character's actions every time they're brought up a second time.
Yeah.
And I felt that a little bit in this moment of like, oh, of course, even in this flashback that's about Tien and Kaladin, we have to reframe Tien in that moment, even though what happened to Tien was already good on its own.
Yeah.
And like, I've really felt that with the Venli flashbacks. I felt that with a lot of this book of like, I don't feel the need to reframe every single interaction every character's had with every single person in their history every time we touch on it a second time. Some of these things can just be what you've said already, and that's fine.
Yeah, I just don't think this is one of those moments. I think that there are plenty of others, and mostly the Venli stuff. And I think the Venli stuff is probably coloring your feelings on this moment because that was kind of like whatever.
Well, but it's not just the Venli stuff, right? Like it's the ending of Adelin's plotline is this massive reframing of what we believed about that. So far I have found all of them interesting except for the Venli stuff. So. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, how you respond to it is going to be is a completely subjective experience. I just find that like one of the things that I feel is I'm like, well, what am I supposed to believe? Like, what am I supposed to actually get invested in if everything is going to be different every book?
Well, there was no confirmation on how this happened. Like we think.
No, but what we were told was already sad.
Yeah, but Kaladin doesn't know what happened because he wasn't there, and so it's just what he thinks happened, and so he gets... For
sure, and you could say the same thing about the Recreants. I also felt like the reframing of the Recreants was unnecessary, right? I was
but it's
invested...
from someone who's there. It's like what characters think they know versus them getting told something by someone who was actually there.
Sure, yeah. No, and I understand why it's here. I just think that in a book that I feel does this too much, that I wish that some of those other beats weren't in this book so that some of them felt more special. Like that this moment felt like it was this reframing of our understanding of history was more unique, unless just like a product of how Brandon Sanderson writes these books. Does that make sense?
I mean,
we can just move on. We can just move on.
It is just one of those things where it feels like he has intentionally made that a theme of the series. And so if you don't like it, then you're not going to like the series, really. Right.
I just think that it has diminishing returns over time because I get less invested in what you do tell me. Because I'm like, well, you're going to reframe this at some point, so I don't need to commit to this.
But it's never been like someone who was lying. It's that we get... Yeah, it's that we get someone who's actually there. It doesn't matter.
Sure. Sure, but like the Venli reframing, I liked Venli more before she was reframed this way. And I like her more after her growth in this book. But like most of Venli in this book I have not liked because I thought that she was reframed to be a victim in a way that I found far less interesting than Venli in Words of Radiance was, right?
Yeah, I don't.
And so I'm saying that I think that in this Tien scene, individually, the scene is very good, and I think it is really well done.
Yeah.
And in the book, I have questions about how this was all done.
You have questions? Sorry.
Let's just move on.
So I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know.
I've said what I wanted to say.
The chapter's great. What did you like about it?
The conversation between Tien and Kaladin is so much more direct than I expected. I really thought, especially because of the reframing of Tien here, that he volunteered to die. That it was going to be more of a metaphoric conversation that Kaladin witnesses. And then once Tien turns towards Kaladin and is very much directing this directly at Kaladin, I thought that, given the spiritual realm and how this works within what Brandon Sanderson has set up in the Cosmere as far as how death works, I'm not sure I completely understand, because Tien has moved on, so I don't think he's in the spiritual realm, but I don't really know. I don't really get what death is in this universe anymore, because it might be meaningless or it might have meaning. I don't know.
Pretty sure you just go live on a different planet, like in Mormonism.
I don't think it's that, though. I think that if you move on, you actually move on. But
no,
it does
they
seem
have
like
a planet.
This has to actually
It's
be
literally a planet.
Tien. So what do you mean there's a planet?
There's a planet that's the Tranquiline Halls. In the same way that there's a planet
that
called Braze.
No, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it does. 100%. I'm pretty sure Raboniel says that it exists.
But if you move on, if you go to the conversation Eshonai goes into in the final chapter and you do fade away, you're gone.
She's on a different planet, yeah. Right?
Oh no, it cannot be a different planet.
Yeah, I thought it's like
so you can
heaven.
walk to your dead friends if you just walk through the cognitive realm well enough.
Well, yeah, there's a whole planet where dead people are walking around as shades.
No, but they're trapped. No, that's different. They're trapped because of the shard thing.
I thought they were just like spirits who were on the wrong planet. Like there's literally a planet called Heaven.
No.
Yeah, because there's a planet that is hell, which is Braze. There's literally a planet where people die.
Which is also Braze.
What?
That's also Braze.
I just said that's Braze.
No, I know, and I'm saying that
is hell.
And Heaven is also Braze.
So you go to Heaven and you get tortured for eternity.
No, you don't actually go to Heaven. They just think that you do.
So everyone just goes to hell when they die.
No, they just fade away. Even Sazed doesn't know what comes after. We've been through this. We have gone through this part of the Cosmere already.
I just thought Sazed didn't have that planet in his system.
Oh my god, this is gonna get insane. Okay. Fuck, you might be right. So there's only heaven in systems solar systems that have a heaven?
Well, because there's a
planet?
spiritual realm. We
What
literally
the fuck?
saw Tien. Tien is dead.
Brandon, look what you've done to us.
No, Tien is dead. In the same way that Odium sent Kaladin to Braze to be tortured, Dallinar sent Kaladin to the Tranquiline Halls to meet Tien.
No.
Yeah, it's the same thing, just on different planets.
Oh god. That might be right.
How does that not make sense? He literally says he forms a bond. Odium sent Kaladin to Braze, and Dallinar sent Kaladin to the Tranquiline Halls.
I don't think that's what happened. I very much don't think that's what happened.
Then why does Raboniel tell Navani that, that's the planet you call the Tranquiline Halls? Why does she say that? When they're talking about space travel.
I don't know. Yeah, chat says you're being too literal with that conversation. It's more of a metaphoric Tranquiline Halls than a literal Tranquiline Halls.
Okay, so it exists in the cognitive realm then and not the physical.
Girl, I don't fucking know, man. I love you. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the Tien is gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead. 100%.
I'm going to lose my mind.
I don't understand.
I don't understand either, if I'm being completely honest. I think that... do you want to know what I think is actually going on? I think that Brandon Sanderson wants all of these worlds to be connected, but their magic systems work just differently enough that there is a cognitive dissonance in trying to fit what he has said about Mistborn into what is happening in Stormlight. And I think that they're just different enough that we have to accept that they're not... that they almost fit together, but don't quite. Because the magic system fundamentally changed. The shards change things enough system by system that they don't quite line up.
I just thought that that's what this moment was.
No, Tien, this isn't Tien. This is like magic Tien.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's supposed to be a cool moment that like isn't literal, I think.
Then what is
But it feels like it should because Tien is very present in it. Anyway, I think it's great. I like the conversation a lot. It doesn't matter if it's really Tien or not. It matters to Kaladin that he thinks it's Tien.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this chapter revealed so much information to us. That's really nice.
But Tien is gone. He faded away. He can't come back. He's not in the spiritual realm anymore.
No, he's dead.
I
thought this was Mormonism where there's just different planets.
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. No. The different planets is the Cosmere.
Yeah. And one of those planets is hell and the other is heaven.
But it isn't actually hell.
It is.
No. They just used to live there and they destroyed it. So it is like hell now because it is bad. But it isn't like...
No, the humans didn't come... Oh, did they come from Braze?
Yes, they destroyed it with surge binding, and that's why it's a nightmare escape. It's not like biblical hell. They made it hell, and they left, and then they trapped things there.
All right.
The Oath Pact was to...
Then I have no idea what this scene was.
It was Dallinar putting Kaladin in a vision of Tien to manipulate him into saying the fourth ideal.
So Kaladin is talking to the Almighty then, and not Tien. No, because those were recordings. So if these are recordings, then how...
Okay. Victor Desana, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you,
The
Victor.
Tranquiline Halls is the human's original world, which is on fire. The spiritual realm is a realm of memories and connections. It's not the afterlife. The beyond is where the dead go. No one knows anything about it.
So then Tien is not dead.
No, Tien is dead. This isn't Tien. The Stormfather puts Kaladin in a vision with a memory of Tien that
So Kaladin's talking
is
to the
then
Stormfather.
manipulated into being...
Okay.
Into manipulating Kaladin into saying the fourth ideal.
Okay, so this might not have actually happened.
It didn't actually happen.
No, I mean like the way that this scene plays out may not have actually happened.
But it didn't actually happen. The Stormfather creates it.
I mean with Tien volunteering. That might not have actually happened.
I feel like that part has to be true.
Why though?
Because otherwise, then why do it? Like, I guess it's just to manipulate Kaladin. It really is just... And maybe it's made up to manipulate Kaladin. That makes sense. That makes as much sense as anything else here. The Stormfather and Dallinar are manipulating Kaladin into saying the fourth ideal.
I like this way better when I thought it was actually Tien.
Sure, yeah, I get that. It just so the problem with it actually being Tien is that implies that Tien pulled a Kelsier and he still exists in the cognitive realm and refused to fade away.
And I thought that he was just on a different planet momentarily.
But we know because of the Kelsier scene and because of the Eshonai scene that they have that moment of fading away after death. And once you fade away, you're gone. Victor Desana says it is Tien. It is the memory of Tien. It cannot be the memory of Tien
because
Tien never grew up.
Unless Tien is a Kelsier.
Everything after Tien grows up in the memory is manipulation because that is at best conjecture. It's not actually Tien. He never became that person. Once Tien is like adultified in the memory, it's not a memory of Tien anymore because that person never existed.
Oh yeah, he becomes an adult. He like grows up.
It's what the Stormfather thinks an adult Tien would have been like.
Right.
And the Stormfather isn't honor. He's not even a full shard, so he can't even like really see the future the way the full shard can. So it literally is just what the Stormfather thinks would have happened. How he thinks he would have been, which is why it's a manipulation because it's not real, right? It's an AI creating me 10 years down the line based on what it thinks I will become. But it's not like it can't be actually Tien. It can't be a memory of him. Once he is no longer young Tien anymore, it is just a fabrication.
Yeah. Well, I'm thoroughly confused, and we have 20 minutes to get through.
No, it's 1:40?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What time is Osteo?
3:30.
Oh my god, we gotta move.
Yep.
Fuck. The Stormfather isn't doing anything. Yes, he is. The Stormfather is making Tien.
No, I think Dallinar is the one that actually made the bond. But the problem with the way that we've seen the visions happen before is what's confusing me about this. I don't understand, because those visions were things that did happen, but they were like pre-recordings of Honor before he died. But if Honor died and Tien also died, then Honor should have been able to talk to Dallinar in a way that, like, I don't know. I don't understand.
Anyway,
he says the fourth ideal, and we get to chapter 109.
No, he says the fourth ideal, and he catches his dad 20 feet from the ground. It's so fucking cool.
Oh, I thought that happened next chapter.
I don't know. I don't know what the chapter breaks up. No, okay. But, okay, we just got real in the weeds about, like, what happened. I liked it. Here's the thing, chat. I don't really give a shit if it's actually Tien or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care if it's a manipulation of the Stormfather. I don't care. The moment rocks. The way it's handled is awesome. Tien being older than him, and Kaladin getting to have a moment with his younger brother being older than him one time. I would love that. And
what it means for Kaladin.
Like, for me to get a moment with, like, Brody being older than me would be really cool.
Yeah.
The visual of that's great. The fact that Tien grows up and Kaladin doesn't is great. The way in which Kaladin accepts it and all of that is beautiful.
DK Moon, I thought it was science.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's a really good moment. It's beautiful. It's fun to talk about the reality of it.
Yeah.
But the metaphor of it is what's strong about it, and it rocks. It's a great chapter. It's beautiful. It hit me emotionally very strongly, and I think it's great.
Me too.
I'll spend 4 hours arguing about it because it's fun. But, like, whatever. That's the thing. I like arguing about the magic system of these books, and I think that people think that because I enjoyed the arguing about, like, what's real, that they think that I dislike it. I do actually enjoy reading them. It's just kind of fun sometimes to be like, yeah, but this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Star Wars doesn't make any fucking sense. I still enjoy it. Like,
yeah, sometimes it is fun to get into the weeds of things.
That's what this show is. Anyway, next chapter.
We're
not going to finish the book today. There's simply no way.
No,
we are going to have to push some of the Odium Dallinar stuff into next week.
No, we're good. We've already talked about Leshwi and Venli.
Babe, we haven't even gotten to Navani bonding.
Navani,
16 minutes.
I'm trying to get to things. Navani, the sibling shows Navani what's happening, and she sees Rlain there, but realizes that he's far away, so Navani's like, you should bond me, and the sibling is like, you are not worthy, motherfucker. And that hurt a little bit.
And also, like, if two bondsmiths are fucking, what if the bond gets too strong and he can't pull out?
It's not an adhesive.
I mean, it's a bond.
Oh my god,
that's gonna be like that new Dave Franco Alison Brie movie, Together.
No idea what that is.
It's a new horror movie that's the premise is that it's this couple and they start to, like, meld. They start to, like, stick to each other and meld into each other, and it's like this horror of the body horror of them, like, slowly merging into one person. Apparently, it's brilliant.
Oh my god,
people are giving it, and they're married.
Yeah.
In real life, and so apparently it was just like a fucking nightmare of a movie that, like, you could only do with a couple that's okay being as, like, physically intimate as they had to be.
Yeah. Rlain is doing something.
Great.
I'm trying.
Rlain ends up getting back to the atrium, and him and Dabbid end up having to interact with the fight. They are there to witness Leshwi and the other Heavenly Ones joining in on the side of the humans. And the battles kind of becomes pitched towards saving the Radiance. It's really cool the way it all comes together.
And then the humans and the singers who just work together start fighting about what to do next.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna put on my best Teft voice. And we're gonna gather the Radiance and hope that we can get through the Oath Gates.
When he's like, I'm gonna bond.
It's like collects breath, and he's like, is that too much Teft? I don't know, man.
That was a great moment. He's also like, I'm going to bond to Spren. And they're like, nah, you're spoken for. And he's like, what? I'm spoken for. Oh my, I'm spoken for.
That happens at some point.
It happens at some point. All of this stuff is
I know. I can't
in my head.
Keep track of it. And that's why I was like, do you want to go chapter by chapter? Chapter 110, Kaladin saves his dad.
Yeah. No, it's great. The catch is such a sweet moment.
Yeah.
And like,
that Liren has the glyph on his head.
Yeah. The Shash brand.
But Kaladin does not. It flakes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has some like real weird implications I don't think the book is going to get into, but it's beautiful the way that it's gone now.
Yeah.
It's just because the brand means slave. I almost wish that when it had happened in book 3 that the Shash brand had stayed, but the slave brand had flaked away. As if Kaladin sees himself as dangerous to others, but he doesn't like view himself as deserving of slavery. But because he kept the slave brand too, there's a really weird like implication there that...
Yeah, he thinks he deserves what happened to him because Tien died.
Yeah.
In the way that he did. And now that he's able to accept that he wasn't able to save Tien, that he's able to resolve himself of the guilt and therefore the idea that he deserves what happened to him. And I think that's why Liren's words hit so hard too, right? Of like, well, just be a better slave and
Wait,
you'll be fine.
Karen says you keep saying that, but you're still wrong, Nerdy. That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly
Wait, the
what
slave
happened?
brand flaked off, but the Shash brand stayed? I don't remember Kaladin losing any part of his brand before. I don't remember that happening. I only remember...
No, I thought when it happened, we were like, him keeping the slave brand is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Him, like, the idea that he thinks he deserves to be a slave is kind of really fucked up.
Yeah. But I like the way it flakes away here. I think that it's... I like this moment happening.
Yeah. Yeah, he kept the whole thing. I don't understand. Kaladin coming to this resolution and him growing from it is a beautiful moment. Navani has a flashback to Gavilar being a big ol' meanie. And she's like, you know what? Gavilar was a big ol' meanie. He was a liar.
He was.
And so I am deserving of her bond, actually. Look, I found these tones. And she starts humming them, which hurts Moash, which is interesting.
Yeah, he is so tied to Odium that if you sing the anti-Odium song, he is literally in like physical pain.
Yeah.
And it hurts him so much he runs away.
Yeah.
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 Because he has to survive until the next book.
Yeah, Navani creates the rhythm of the tower. She says the first ideal, and Sibling accepts the bond.
Yeah. And then she's like, we need to vent the void light.
Yeah.
I just love the idea that you could like open the side of the tower and just like pure energy shoots out into the air. There's some that's where the red chicken is. It was flying by a window and suddenly Odium just blasted it in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. Chapter 111, Unchained.
Yeah.
This is Dallinar.
We're so fucked. Yeah.
We knew this going in.
I know. I just forgot that, like, we have to leave. We actually, like, can't go over today.
And I did tell you that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But we've been having great conversations. And we have the full book recap next week. So if we do have to stop at, like, a certain chapter and then finish the book next week, we can.
That's true.
Yeah. The anti-Odium song is always look on the bright side of life. She's just whistling down the hallway and Moash is like, no! Not Monty Python! How dare you!
Great musical. So Dallinar goes to visit Ishi.
Yeah.
And Ishi is not well. He's like, you are Odium's champion and I will fight you. And Dallinar's like, no, I'm not. And this guy kicks all their asses.
Yeah.
All all of the Windrunners, just fucks him up. It doesn't kill them. Luckily, he's not looking to kill anybody. But the Stormfather's like, yeah, he's not even like the best one. Like, he's just like mediocre at fighting. And Dallinar's like, what the fuck, man? Because Tanavast was actually the best.
This fight feels very anime to me.
Yeah.
Where he's just faster and stronger than anyone else because...
He's practiced for a millennia?
Sure, but this is where
These are new Windrunners. They've had power
100%.
maybe a year.
One of the things I loved about Robert Jordan's writing in Wheel of Time was the acknowledgement of, like, there is a limit to how much better at fighting you can actually be than other people.
Yeah,
like,
but
there is
he's
a hard cap.
Bren God.
Oh, no, I know. But when I say, like, the anime element, I'm not saying that's a bad thing or that's wrong.
Yeah.
But this world lives a little bit on anime rules of like you can be enough better than other superpowered people that you can take on 10 people by yourself.
Yeah.
Which just was like which is just not like real world rules. That's like super fake magic rules.
Oh yeah.
And that's fine. It's very fun. Yeah. But it's an animeism to me.
It is definitely magic.
Yeah. Skipping the blade is very cool. Yeah.
Oh, true, yeah.
Yeah. A trick that does not work with lightsabers. Like, the thing that drives me crazy about the lightsaber thing...
We have 7 minutes.
Fuck. Damn it.
This is not a Star Wars podcast.
I know, but we brought up skipping the blade. Is that it's not instant, right? Lightsabers go from tip to snout and then back out. And so if you were to deactivate your lightsaber, in the time it takes to fully close and fully reopen, you've opened yourself up to be attacked, and timing that would be like next to impossible. Anyway, let's go.
It's Zeth's dad's blade that he's using.
Yeah, it is the honor blade of the bondsmiths, and Zeth's dad is dead.
Supposed to be holding on to that.
And apparently Zeth like really loves his dad.
Yeah, even though he got,
Because I fully thought Zeth was like going to go home and kill his own father.
I kind of got that vibe as well. But no, he's like really sad that his dad is dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I thought you guys were not.
I thought you were going to go kill that man for like making you truthless.
Yeah. Because they all called you a liar.
It was nice to know. It was nice to know that Zeth, despite kind of hating the Shin, still has that like familial love and connection to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We jump back to Rlain, and he's like, hey, are there any of the Spren who want to bond more singers? This is when Timber tells Venli that Rlain is spoken for.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rlain gets to bond a Spren.
It's a sweet moment.
Yeah.
It's a really, really sweet moment.
As much as I would have loved for Rlain to be the bondsmith and like bond like the sibling, I think it is interesting narratively that now like that the sibling and Navani now are forced to work together even though they are so opposite. Like Navani has been trapping Spren her whole life, and the siblings swore that they would never bond another human. And so I think like in terms of like conflict, that is a more interesting choice. I'm glad though that Rlain does get to bond a Spren.
No, it's great. And also that it's a Spren that specifically like chose him, that he was spoken for, and that it wasn't like, because with the sibling and Rlain, it could have been a like, well, you're the only one that will do. Like, I guess I'll put up with it.
Yeah.
And Rlain, I feel like Rlain deserves to be chosen.
Yeah, Rlain gets chosen by the corrupted Truth Watcher Spren, right? It is,
like,
Renarin.
Renarin.
Yeah. It's the one that Jaanat sent, like, was that the beginning of this book?
Who was supposed to bond Maraise?
No. Maraise got a different Spren.
I don't know that Maraise got a Spren.
Yeah, I thought so.
We don't know that Maraise ever bonded anybody. We've never seen him taking Stormlight. He was supposed to meet with the Jaanat Spren, but we never saw it happen.
Oh, I didn't think it was this one. This one I thought was a different
I'm just saying we don't know.
one. But yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Herald kicks their ass. And in the moment that Navani bonds the sibling, Ishi has like this moment of clarity where he realizes that he is insane. He is unwell, and he needs help.
Yeah, he gets 1 moment of sanity every time someone becomes a bombsmith. And so at the end of Wind and Truth, in order to reforge the Oath Pact, we need to time Ishi. So Szeth is going to need to bring Ishi to Dallinar on top of Irithiru, and they're going to have a moment right after the cultivation bondsmith becomes a bondsmith where Ishi's going to be sane long enough to create the Oath Pact. The timing of the Contest of Champions into Szeth appearing with Ishi, into the cultivation bondsmith bond, into Ishi having his moment of clarity to reforge the Oath Pact is going to be a tight Sanderland.
He literally tells Dallinar to come to Shinovar to help restore his sanity, and then he can help Dallinar. And then they retreat into Shadesmar. Navani says we gotta filter out the light.
Yeah, they vented.
Yeah, they gotta vent out the light. Then we jump back to Dallinar, and Dallinar is gonna go through all of Ishi's stuff.
Oh god, this was so
or
wild.
No, this is literally this is just them waiting and talking about the bondsmith ability.
They like fly 30 feet in the air and they're like, is it coming back?
Yeah. So then we jump to Aiden, who is the kid that we were with the last
Chat
section.
saying it doesn't have to be a bondsmith. It just somebody has to swear an ideal. Sure.
Oh, well, that's happening a lot
It's
right
literally
now.
happening all the fucking time.
Because all the singers are
People are just popping off ideals left and right.
Yeah. All right. Okay, yeah, I thought it was specifically the Navani bonding the sibling that set this off.
It was this time.
Or it could have been Rlain.
Well, Chad is saying that it's a proximity thing and that the bondsmith one, it reaches the furthest to him.
Okay, sure. If you say so.
The rules of that are very nebulous, but
that
sure.
is not explained.
Sure.
But if you say so, chat, we trust you on that one. Yeah, Aiden is... he's like, the Spren are watching me for someone to bond, even though I'm a child and definitely don't have the mental fortitude for this kind of responsibility. But he steps up to try and fight this Regal, and Shardplate forms around him.
Yeah.
Because Kaladin's like booping out his Shardplate to protect people who are all about to get killed by singers.
Can we talk about this and then end with this today and come back next week? It's 2:00 now.
Then let's just say the rest of the chapter.
And then we'll talk about the Shardplate.
Yeah, we'll finish the chapter.
Great.
Dallinar and them all go in and find a bunch of weird dissected Spren with bodies in the physical realm. No idea what the fuck is happening there. That's great. That's going to be real bad for some reason in the future. I have no idea. And then Moash runs away. And he feels things. And he's like, I shouldn't be feeling things for me. But he basically just lashes himself from the tower and falls and like almost dies, but like can't die, and heals as he's being dragged away from the tower by Fused.
That's chapter 112.
Oh, and he is blind.
Yes.
Moash is now blind. He was blinded by the light.
Yeah, because Navani flips
the tower light.
Irithiru to tower light.
Yeah. He got wrecked.
So for next week, we're starting at 112, right?
We're starting at 112, yes.
Right. So we
Sorry,
didn't even get to Dallinar and Odium. We talked so much about it, we didn't even get to it.
I know. I'm so sorry, chat. Yeah.
Can we just talk really quickly about how much of a nightmare Shardplate is now? Kaladin
You want to end on a negative. All right, go
No.
for it.
It's so cool. No.
Oh, I
it's
was
so
like,
cool.
what do you mean a nightmare?
It's a nightmare. He has little Spren on him at all times.
Oh, you don't like that there's like beings that surround him.
Shardplate being present and invisible wind Spren that are just always flying around his body is so weird to me.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be able to sleep. Like I would be lying in bed being like, they're on me right now.
Plug your ears. Plug your ears. Nerdy doesn't think about the mites in his eyelashes.
Oh my god, shut up.
There are actually many living creatures on your person.
I know.
At all times.
I know. But also Moash now has a dagger that can kill Shardplate. You can actually kill Shardplate.
Spren?
Yeah, but if your Shardplate is just
Shardplate
individual Spren.
is Spren. That's so interesting. I didn't even think of that.
Like stab someone's chest plate and the Spren dies, so his Shardplate's gone.
I did not think of that.
So, but like, the way it works is really cool. it's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
And this scene of his Shardplate flying onto people, saving them, is unreal.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the coolest, like, visual concepts. This fucking shit has to be animated. There's no way we're getting live action.
No.
But this is incredibly cool.
Yeah.
The implications of there being windspren around you all the time freaks me out. It's like a sensory thing for me that I would be like,
Yeah. I mean, realistically, like, how many spren are around you at all times?
I know, I don't like it.
Yeah, because you're like you're like parallel to the cognitive realm, so you're probably walking through spren all the time and surrounded by spren all the time. Yeah,
I don't like that.
that's fair.
That makes me feel weird. Anyway, this moment's fucking rad.
It is. Yeah.
It's so cool. Also,
Kaladin
the fact
getting to come in and save everything.
fact that his Shardplate has the Bridge 4 logo inscribed on the chest is
hell
so
yeah.
funny to me.
The windspren, no.
Yeah, they're all about branding.
Yeah.
The 3 ideals are enough for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't need a 4th ideal, actually.
Joseph says, what do you think the other plate spren are? I don't know. Because that's an interesting thing, right? Like, we haven't seen Pattern, like, be like, those spren are like me. The way that Scylla's like, I'm like Windspren. So there's got to be a spren that's like, you know.
Yeah, the it being windspren, like, it is very obvious throughout the books because they're very present. They look like Syl, and they seem to dance around Kaladin in a way that, like, yeah, it just makes sense. I haven't noticed that with any of our other Radiants. Like, yeah, I don't know.
No.
Because I also, I'm like, what is, I don't know.
Pattern has strong opinions about one kind of spren that Shallan attracts. Oh, like Creation Spren? It would make sense for Creation Spren to be Shallan's Shardplate.
True.
Given the Lightweaver sort of...
Yeah, but what if you've got Lightweavers who are, like, not artistic?
I don't think that you can be.
Maybe.
I think you have to be artistic. Like, that's why one of them's a painter. One of them might be like a dancer. You know what I mean? But that's still an art.
Right. Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess
Creation Spren makes
Creation
sense.
Spren for Lightweavers.
I don't know the Spren well enough to know.
Also, yeah, I'm like, for Jasnah, no fucking clue.
Yeah.
No, I don't even have the beginnings of an inkling of what else is, like, hooded and... I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless it's the Oathgate Spren. No, but there's, like, 3 of them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, it's got to be non-sentient ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not sprentient.
That will be the best mistake I've made on book club so far.
All right, chat. We're going to do the rest of the book next week. So sorry about this. The end of this book is just, there's so much that happens, and we have opinions on it. And I hope that you enjoyed book club. If you like it, like, subscribe, do all the things. We're going to do high-low now for just this stuff we talked about so far.
Oh my god, yeah, okay.
So what's your high?
If
so
you
far?
want to begin the chat for the rest of the chapters that we did talk about them in the reactions, so you can go check out those reactions. My high, for just these one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, shit. So that means I get 2 highs for this section. That's kind of nice.
Well, and then we'll do a full book high. You get 3 highs and 2 book clubs.
Oh, damn. Okay. Then in terms of moments, magic moment. What are we literally talked about it, and I was like, that's such a... Oh, the moment where Leshwi is like, the Spren have forgiven us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah.
Absolute banger.
Yeah, yep. What's your low?
I mean, I don't really have, like, the low for me isn't anything in this section. None of it's bad. It's that I don't feel like the book built up to this climax as successfully as previous books.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I think that this climax is filled with some of his best stuff.
Yeah.
And just the way Rhythm of War gets to it just isn't as successful for me as his previous books have been building their climaxes.
I think my low is that I vastly misunderstood the Tien segment, and I have no idea how it works. Banger moment. You know, it's not much of a low.
Yeah, but you genuinely thought there was a heaven planet?
So confused. And that is my low, is that I am confused. What's your high?
Fuck. I don't know, man. My high for this week isn't... For what I thought was going to be my high, didn't get to. So that's a tease for next week. But for my high for like what we got so far, I mean, the Pursuer's head getting ripped off the way it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go with Teft's final stand against Moash.
Yeah.
He knows he's gonna die.
I said the better man.
Yeah, he knows he's gonna die. He knows there's no way he wins that fight, and he accepts it in a way that, like I don't know. It just is. It's really like it's so tragic, but so well done.
Yeah.
I thought Teft's final moments was handled really really well.
R.I.P. Teft. You were a real one.
Yeah, like, subscribe to the channel, y'all. We'll be back next week to finish the book. We'll do full book recap. We'll get to all your questions.
Yes, we will get that questions channel opened if it's not yet already.
And then there will be no book club the following week because Clarce is in Ireland. I might do something by myself live that day, so
fun.
we might do like a live. I don't know what that'll be yet.
I mean, I guess I can Uber home.
What do you mean Uber home?
I think I like land in the middle of what book club would be.
Oh, I'll be at Fan Expo.
Oh, you're going on Friday.
Oh, maybe I won't go. We'll see. I don't know. We'll let you know. But then the week after that, we are going to do something for Clarce's birthday. So let us know what you want for birthday book club. Do you want us to continue the Cosmere? Is there a one-off you want us to try and read? We'll leave that up to the community a little bit. So leave that in the book club main channel in the Cosmere.
Yeah. Let us know what you want.
And DK Moon says the high is saying that we're going to do Dungeon Crawler Colorado Book Club.
I mean, we are going to do that at some point. That is happening. It just depends on when.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, give us 5 stars, all those things. Clarus, we gotta go. We got a Smut Club. Smut Corner, Canada.
Oh, it's already in the book. It's Wit and Jasnah.
Yeah. There's not a lot of other places for people to be fucking in this particular section.
No.
Do you think that if Yanagon was of age, that the people would watch him fuck, and then after they watch him fuck, they get like a woman to take them to go fuck? Well, they do it with food. They do it with his sleep. Like, if no part of his life is private, are they eventually going to get to a point where they have like sex parties where you watch Yanagon fuck somebody?
And you have a blessed fucking because it's in the Prime's presence. You know what I mean? Have a blessed fucking.
It's like countries that are like, or like, you know, civilizations where like the king would get to fuck your wife before you. What's that called? There's a name for it.
No idea.
And it's like the right of something. But it's that. But instead, after you get married, you have to like wait until a certain day, and all the people who got married within that time show up and watch Yanagon fuck, and then they go have their first sexual experience.
The marriage orgy. Yeah.
They get to go do it in a private room, but yeah. They all watch Yanagon fuck somebody. Prima Noctis, thank you. I knew there was a name for it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like the Prime just has like a love hotel. So there's like a viewing chamber, and then you go off into your like little rooms.
Once he's of age, I want to be really clear.
I said the Prime, not Yanagon.
Yeah. Yeah.
He might be of age now. I thought he was he was like a teenager, and
like
it's been
13.
a year and a half. Oh, I thought he was older than that.
No, I think it was literally like 13 years
Fair.
old. I think he's like pubescent right now.
Well, yeah,
He has
it's
like
gonna be a few
2
years.
pubes.
It's gonna be a few years.
Yeah. All right.
Bye,
We have to go.
chat.
I'm so sorry. We adore you all. Thank you so much for watching.
Sorry about that.
We will see you all next time. Thank you to our mods. Sex Monkey, Blues Barrows for the gifts. Everyone who's super chatted, you are too kind to us.
Thanks, guys.
We don't understand it, but we'll be back next week with the ending. I would argue the better part of part 5 is.
Oh, we're gonna have some bangers. Yeah.
And I'm excited to get to listen to it again before we talk about it.
Hell yeah.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye, chat. Like, subscribe.